Alright, yes indeed. Alright, as I've said, I'm in a cyberpunk kind of aesthetic. Now, the reason for that is interesting, because, to be perfectly honest, the thing that got me back into it, Alien. Alien. Can you believe it? Alien. Alien Romulus, specifically. My brother watched it, he said it was really good, and I was like, hey, I'm looking for stuff to watch. Whatever, okay. We'll check it out. My next day off, I was like, yeah, I'll watch it. And I'll be honest, I did actually like it. Now, the reason I liked it is because I don't really like the Alien movies, and this was kind of not an Alien movie. It was a cool cyberpunk kind of movie, you know, that just had like monsters and stuff in it, and you know, that was what was going on. And that was the part that I liked the most about it, was the, you know, just the aesthetic. It was a really cool, like, technologically modern version of the original Ripley Scott Alien movie aesthetic, which obviously, as much as we would love to say Ridley Scott, a lot of it is Dan O'Bannon, H.R. Giger, and these people who were working on Dune by Jodorowsky, who really informed the look of the movie initially. And then, of course, Ridley Scott then goes on to kind of like take a lot of those elements and import them into Blade Runner. Blade Runner being much more aesthetically archetypical. It's the stuff that has way more impact than anything else, which is pretty cool. But that was the whole thing, where it was like, okay, I watch Alien Romulus. I like the rain-soaked neon lights. I like the kind of dirty, gritty cyberpunk aesthetic. That makes me think, oh man, I gotta go back. I gotta watch Blade Runner again. Now, of course, I cannot find the original cut of Blade Runner, which I think is better. If I'm dead honest, I think that's better than the director's cut or the final cut or any of these other cuts. I actually like the narration because that's how it was originally written. I think the story's kind of like incomprehensible without that narration. If you just were to watch the final cut, you would have no idea what the hell's going on. All right? So that's what I was doing. And then, of course, that just means the cyberpunk aesthetic always brings me back to Shadowrun, which is, in my opinion, and I think just in general, the world's opinion, the superior 1980s tabletop RPG set in a cyberpunk world, okay? Cyberpunk, as, you know, Cyberpunk 2033, Red, 2077, it just didn't have the legs, okay? They made like, what? I think 15 source books all told. That was it. And then, of course, you had the one big giant game, and then you had, you know, the stuff that comes out of the game, like the Cyberpunk Edge Runners. Dude, Shadowrun has been making video games, has been making books, has been making source books for its entire run, and they always sell. Okay? So clearly, the people have chosen the correct answer to which one wins is Shadowrun. As evidenced by the fact that, look at this freaking... Have you seen the logo? It's the best ever made, man. Okay? It is the absolute most insane, disgracefully good tabletop logo there's ever been. The art is so good. God, I love it. It's great. It's awesome. Now, what are we playing today after that big, giant, crazy rant? We will be playing Shadowrun Returns. Now, is it actually Shadowrun Returns? Technically, this is Shadowrun Hong Kong. And put your ears on. I'm about to give you some knowledge that will save you some money. If this game looks cool to you, if you like it, if you're like, hey, I want to play this, do not buy Shadowrun Returns, unless it's like super on sale or something like that. The other one isn't. Shadowrun Hong Kong is what you want to buy, because there is a mod that imports the entirety of the Shadowrun Returns game into the newer, much more updated, much more streamlined, much better playing Shadowrun Hong Kong engine. So, Shadowrun Returns, you want to play it, buy Shadowrun Hong Kong, and then the mod is free. You have to look for it a little bit, but it's there. Alright, so, now that we've gotten into all of that, what race do I want to play? I'll be honest, I always play a male in RPG games because I'm putting myself into the game. It's a fantasy. Human is interesting. I will say elf is kind of like just mechanically superior. They get bonuses, they get extra bonuses. They are better, but I don't know if I want to play that. We are going to be cheating, so we're going to have like max stats on everything. Okay. And therefore, look, you can get so much extra, maximum stats. Quickness is 11, charisma 12 for elf. It's kind of difficult to say you shouldn't go for elf, if we're totally honest. But anyway, let me open up my cheat engine. Yeah, good. Let me open up my cheat engine. I feel like I am going to go... I will go with elf. Obviously, we're going to be looking at a full build out of the characters. If I can find a good-looking portrait, I will go with elf. If not, I will go with human. Yeah. Again, like I said, mechanically speaking, that one's not bad. Mechanically speaking, the elves are just better, especially if you're going to cheat like me. But I will say the portraits are super derpy in these games. Like these look good, but like look at this. I know a lot of it is because like it's a Kickstarter game, and therefore they, if you had a certain donation to the Kickstarter, you got your picture in the game, which is cool, but it's also like, dude, please, for the love of God, make a bunch of like legit cool, aesthetically pleasing portraits. Let's see if we can find anything that looks good. If anything jumps out at you, let me know. Yoink. Is that Arch? It might be. This? Woof. No. This is kind of reasonable. Alright, let's look at human, see if there's anything better in here. Already these look better, but I don't know if they're worth sacrificing the stat bonuses. See, like, I mean, these just look better. Legit, straight up. These look better. The human ones just look way better. Especially because they fit more. Because, like, the elf aesthetic is supposed to be, like, super thin and angular and that kind of stuff. The human has, like, a broader facial range. That's a little try-hardy Sasuke for me, but it's not bad. Let's think. Anything good here? I know, I'm putting way too much, like, give a crap into this. But you gotta look at it for the rest of the game, dude. We've got so much more choice here, which is interesting. Woof. The top hat is a little... No, doesn't fit. Okay, we're back to the beginning. Are we? No, we're not. Dear God, alright. Kind of feel like this is the best looking one so far. Just purely aesthetically. I don't know if it fits the character. Okay, now we got back to the start. I'll be honest, none of those jumped out at me enough. I think we're gonna go for which is like my standby, which is like I think it's this guy. Because he's like the most elf looking. He's the most elf looking kind of guy. Yeah. I like it. I don't think it's too bad. Alrighty. Karma. These are your basically experience points. And let's see, we've got 55 available for now. But we will have significantly more after I cheat. So let's see. So you definitely want to upgrade at least body for sure. I think you want to upgrade it to like 4. Because it's like, otherwise you can get one shot. It's super easy. So we'll do that. And then with you, we're going to just go to 999. And then with that, again, like, I like playing this game as, you know, kind of like you're able to do everything. Because a lot of times your companions are just idiots. So I like to be able to do everything myself. I'm not going to give myself every power and ability, but I am going to upgrade all of my stats to the max, just so that I can do everything in the game, if necessary. You know? If I'm trying to do a challenge run, I wouldn't do this, but I'm not trying to do a challenge run. Doink, doink, doink. And yeah, this doesn't really give you much. Let's see. All right, we want to do Shadow Runner. Then we're gonna do Acolyte. You end up, if you upgrade this all the way with, yeah, as an elf, you can do pretty much everything. I think you lose, yeah, you can't do one of them. Security. I like Socialite, and I mean Socialite's not useful. And then Security. Gang. We're not a gang guy. That's cool. All right. So that gives us pretty yoked out stuff here. I'm going to go for dodge for sure, ranged combat, yes. Then at least one of all the rifle stuff. Throwing weapons is useful, but it's not great. Unarmed, we're pretty much just gonna do one attack and everything. And then we'll knock ourselves down to, what do you think? Like 20 points? Let's say 20 points. In which case we probably want to get dodge, ranged combat, yes. Then strength? No, I'm not doing anything with strength. The melee stuff is a complete waste. I'm not gonna do that. Biotech gives me a good thing. Decking is pretty nice. Not gonna do drone control. Okay, so that's 2, 4, 6. Got 10 points left. Willpower. I think I do want to get, I think I'm gonna go a little bit more like magey. So I probably am going to go you, and then you. That gives me 6 left. Perfect. Yeah, perfect. So this guy's like super high statted, but is really unskilled. You know, you're just kind of brute forcing everything, which I'm cool with. I'm happy with it. I don't have any issues with this whatsoever. I'm happy with that. Spending 356 points. This allows you to actually like build out. Because the points that you get, the karma points and stuff, it really, yeah, I mean, it gets harder to upgrade the further up the line you go. So you've got something like this, you're actually okay. All right, with that, I think that's it. Cyberware affinity. Yeah, I mean, we're not going to be doing any kind of cyberware stuff. Because we're going to be doing mage stuff. And we've already got, if you, let me think, where is it? There it is, yeah. If you have decking 1, you automatically get like a cyber implant, which gives you +1 cooldown, or -1 cooldown, however you're looking at it, on your spells. And to be perfectly honest, while mages in lore are insanely super powerful, in this game, I've never found them to be useful. To be perfectly honest, like running and gunning solves every combat encounter way easier, faster, and better than trying to do spells. Like maybe 1 or 2 spells are useful, like haste. Otherwise, they just seem to be completely useless. Anyway, boink. Ooh, so I can choose an etiquette. All right, so I can get actually all the etiquettes. All right, let's think. Can we randomize these things? I'm not gonna do that. All right, Street name is obviously cheater. Obviously. It actually works well here, too. That's pretty good. Who else? Let me think here. We shall say Nigel. Chatarit. If you know, you know. Nigel Finley, and it's Jake or Enley Chatarit, or they're both writers for not Cyberpunk, Shadowrun novels. All right. Let's go. And I'm wondering how much this is going to annihilate my voice. Your apartment, 3 o'clock in the morning. It's got 4 walls, a roof, and isn't on fire. Even the cockroaches have fled in search of better accommodations. Not exactly a runner's dream pad, but right now, it's about all you have left. Running the shadows is all about feast or famine. One day you're Nova Hot, working jobs that allow you to eat at 5-star restaurants. The next, well, you're here. This one's a famine for the ages. Slagging fixer hasn't called. The money's run out, and then some. Sinless and free to starve in the cracks of a society run by megacorps who just want your nuyen. Something needs to change, and soon. Again, this is why I'm playing this game as opposed to Dragonfall or Hong Kong. I feel like this game, while mechanically not the best, and maybe even like writing-wise is not as good as Dragonfall, the mood of it, the sort of theme of it, is the most Shadowrun of the games by Hairbrained. Which is why I like it a lot. Your apartment 2054, it's 3 a.m., you've got nowhere to go. Nope, I don't want to do that. Let me examine my data pad. You open the low-tech data pad with your thumbprint. This isn't new tech. It doesn't even have matrix access. It has your basic notebook functions, calendar contacts, that kind of thing. So view our list of contacts. The list is sad, dried up. Carter Detroit, fixer, no response to messages. Dowd, runner, dead. Felton Nash, fixer, missing since February. New Larry, runner, dead. Owen Johansson, Europe somewhere, deep cover. Sam Watts, runner, probably in a gutter somewhere. Sangoma, runner, dead. Halfjack, dealer, retired and dead. Let's check out Carter Detroit. UCAS native, rabidly loyal to Detroit, Aries, and the Detroit Nightmares Urban Brawl team. You have 6 calls to him, with no response. Old Dowd is a dwarf. Didn't know that. UCAS Chicago native, expert on shadows and vampires. Dead on a Red Rocket run 3 years ago. Felton Nash is a troll. CAS. CAS? So there's the UCAS, which is the United Canadian American States, and then there's the Confederate. Is it the Confederate American States? Is that the CAS? It might be, actually, yeah. Confederate or Confederated. CAS native. Loves to talk about Nashville sprawl and his adventures in Texas. Seems like it. Larry. Orc female. She's a street mage. Notes: drummer in her orc punk band. Girls with Knives. Real name was Larissa. Went by Larry. Dead on the Mitsuhama run. A little over 3 years ago. New Larry. Very dead. Smart mage. Stupid tattoo. Is that the tattoo? That looks like paint. Owen Johansson. That would have been a... I feel like that's more of a, what do you call it? Elven name? Because they kind of have like a Celtic vibe. Alright. There's a runner. Decker face. Swede Decker. Deep cover infiltration. Somewhere in Europe, maybe. Sam Watts. Seattle native. Runner. Alcoholic. Chip user last you heard from him. Too many bad habits to list here. You haven't talked to him in quite a while. Sangoma. Maybe from the Sailor's She. Probably dead. An old half-jack. Always dealing something. Info, drugs, and tech. Been thinking about cashing out for a while. Been missing for a few weeks. Maybe left. Maybe dead. Let's check out our calendar, baby. There's a reminder to call your mother set by the geniuses at Ares Cupertino. It's set as a default and can't be disabled. So really it's empty. Nothing to do. Put down our datapad. Answer the vid phone? No, not yet. I'm gonna look at other stuff. A slip of paper with your bank balance, enough to cover you through the end of the week. Let's check out our computer. State of the art in 2050. Broken since 2051. Let's answer our vid phone. The screen leaps to life, making you squint against its brightness. The face on the screen is laughing. Sam Watts. Hey buddy, hope I didn't catch you at a bad time. He giggles. He's drunk again. Or worse. Again? I shouldn't have given you my Comco gonk. Where have you been, Sam? I haven't heard from you in months. Another giggle. Oh, don't bother with your side of the conversation. I'm not really here. Just one reason for this vid. Someone finally geeked me. I'm dead. Probably had it coming. When you're an unsavory character like myself, you tend to associate with other unsavory characters who often partake in unsavory business. Like you, for example. No offense. So why am I dead? Who knows? Probably my fault. I wonder where you are right now. I bet you hit a big payday and you're living high on the hog somewhere. Some of us are born winners and some of us are me. Hey, you remember that Run Raku run? When things went to hell and we lost Dowd? With that makeshift saloon on the docks afterward? I really had your back that night, didn't I? Dowd. That's a name you haven't heard in a long time. Let me move my head. Bloink. Actually, it might even be better over here. Yeah. Right now, yes. Let me know if I should move it in the future. Alright, buddy. Let's check what we got over here. The hell? Oh. I think it's because that's it. Doink. Pick this up, buddy. Doink. I'm gonna take that. You better bet I'm gonna take that. I keep forgetting how to maneuver around here. Boink. There it is. Is it? That's it. Okay. I was wondering how I pulled. New Larry, Sangoma. Let's talk to New Larry. Nope, I want to talk to him. There we go. You've been running with New Larry for about 6 months now. He's a combat mage with a bad tattoo and a bad attitude. He knew Dowd almost as well as you did. Dowd. Never saw anybody die like that before. Idiot. He shakes his head. I hate this fragging city. It's wet, and the rain feels like acid. And I want out of here. We wait for the money. Yeah, sure, of course. I'll wait all night if I have to. I don't know. Sam's a good guy and can hold his own in a fight. But he's been hitting the bottle pretty good lately. Never on a run so far, but he needs watching. Shakes his head. That run went sideways 9 ways to Sunday. The meeting place changed last second and now the fixer is late. Smell funny to you? Hell yeah, it smells funny. Look at where he set the meeting. This is supposed to be a public place. Cut the dreck, Sam. We both know why Dowd went down. And it wasn't the fixer, some other paranoid chip dream of yours. Sam smiles a toothy smile. I've been waiting for this all night. New Larry has something he wants to say, don't you, Larry? Go ahead, spill it. You were sloppy. He laughs. Sloppy? You think I was sloppy? You've been twitchy all day, son. Look at your hands. They're shaking. Huh. That true, Sam? Did you miss a beat back there? No. I didn't miss a beat. I was on my game the whole time. Remember, I was on point. Knew Larry was supposed to cover Dowd. Something dawns on him. He leans into New Larry, amused and dangerous. We were set up, and he knows it, don't you, Larry? What was that call you made before we hit Renrock? How come you couldn't geek that guy before he up and loaded on Dowd? I seen you fling a lightning bolt, son. He should have been burnt toast before his gun cleared the holster. New Larry checks his watch, licks his lips, looks over your shoulder at the darkness. He's looking for someone, and it's not the fixer. Okay, I can see where this is going. You chummers are damaged. I'm out. How much do they pay you to sell us out, Larry? He stops, and a smile slowly appears on his face. Honestly, it didn't take much. Just enough to get me back to Portland and set up with a cush core job. I'm out of this racket. We've got incoming. New Larry relaxes and throws you a dreck-eating grin. Looks like my new Renraku friends are finally here. They're gonna take that hard drive off your corpse, oh my. We should choose our friends more carefully, cheater. At least we have each other. You'll miss me when I'm gone. Leave the mage. Kill the others. Obviously, this guy needs to die. Renraku security. I want to take out the mages first. I'm gonna move over to here. I've got a good. I do actually have a. Yeah, let's take you out. I think I should be able to knock this guy out, right? Spray and pay. Let's see, it does give me extra damage. 2 attacks in 1 action. Yeah. Bam! Hell yeah. Get wrecked. Okay. Now, with old Sammy. I want to get full cover. And I should be able to hit some of these guys. If that's the case, I'm going to go here. And I'm going to hit this guy. Boink. Nice. Alright, and then for you, I think we are going to move up just a smidge. I do have mage powers. I really don't think the mage powers work super well here. I think I want to take this guy out. I want to shoot him. Can I take him out? Let me actually use up my... There we go. Got him good. Come and get me, cheater. I plan to. Alrighty, we've got some new people out here. Who else do we have? For you... I'm gonna actually just wait here. I'll be honest. Yeah. Can I move? Maybe I'll move... No, he's in full cover. Okay, how do I end the turn? There it is. Hee hee. Okie dokie. Obviously, we're gonna be trying to blow up this. Okie dokie. Grenade. Let's throw it, hit it. Boom, baby. That takes him out. He had that coming. Ooh, did I get them all? Oh, sweet, I got all 3 of them. Very nice. Okay, for you, I think we are gonna... Are we gonna move up, or am I gonna try to hit this guy? I think I'm gonna try to hit this guy. Yeah. Nice. Let's get him. Very good. Okay, you're flanked. I'm gonna move here, and I'm gonna actually try to summon this guy. Okay, we summon. I don't remember how this guy... I always forget how these people work. Legit. Always forget. Now, this is ranged. But I do want to actually just get him super close because these guys tend to rage out and then act stupid. So, for you, I'm going to go here. No, let's go here. That gives me some cover on both sides. I think I outranged this dude. This should be over by now. Chills. This is bad. They got a shaman. Alrighty. Bypass magnetic anchors. That's the mage. Can I hit this guy? I want to see if I can hack this. Ooh, nice. What a mess. Glad I don't have to clean that up. Sweet. Okay, he's got medium cover, but I can actually hit him pretty good here. And I can double attack. Sweet. Okay, Sam. If that's the case, and this is the only guy we got left, let's move. Where are we gonna move? I do want some cover. This is decent. We can just kind of... Okay, I hit something there. I'll take it. Get some full cover on here. Escape chance. 3 AP. That should be good. Did he just escape? Of course he did. That's okay. That's still... Ah, come on, man. Okay, I was gonna say, like, this is the closest. Missing non-stop. There we go. Good lord. These things escape 100% of the time. I swear to God. It's disgusting. If I move over here, I can at least hit him. I'll take it. There you go. Sangoma lowers her gun. Eyes Sam. You okay, Sam? Sam's breathing is heavy and he looks shaken. It was a hell of a thing. You did good. You were born for this gig, cheater. Me, not so fragging much. I think I'm gonna hang it up. Find a nice brothel somewhere. Stay drunk until I croak. What about you? I'll find a safe house out of town. Lay low. Red Raku has a long memory. I do too. I don't forget my friends. How's everybody's weekend going? Alright, you stare at Sam's face on your comm. Is it the weekend? I literally don't even remember. It's Saturday, right? Yeah. You stare at Sam's face on your comm link. Shake off the memory. Focus. I had your back that night, didn't I? Now I'm asking myself, who would care if I died? Who would give a rat's ass? Better or worse, your name is at the top of the list. Maybe it's the only name on the list. So I set up a dead man switch to send you this call. I got 100,000 new yen insurance policy, payable when you find who creased me. Alive with a conviction or in a body bag with justification, either works. Contact my log firm, Rogers, Mengert, and McCain, when the job is done. They'll know what to do. He turns to his left. Chet. The camera swivels to show a well-dressed man sitting next to Sam. Pursuant to Mr. Watt's wishes, Rogers, Mengert, and McCain has installed a secure, dedicated phone line, so you may contact us directly when the task is complete. We will then begin a verification process. Note that you must also be on a secure landline to access this number. We will not accept transmissions from comlinks or other devices. The camera swivels back to Sam. Sam straightens up, talks seriously. First time. Look, cheater, I've led a direct life, and I probably left a direct corpse. I've hurt people. Hurt myself. I don't know. Maybe I just want the last word. Maybe I just want someone to give a crap that I sucked air for a while. What do you say? I'll get to the bottom of this. Someone will pay. Hope you just said yes. I've got a locator chip slotted in my head these days. When my heart stops, it'll activate. That's how you'll find me. See you on the slab. Rest in peace, Sam. See you in Seattle. The dead man switch. Your plane hits the SeaTac tarmac with a jolt. Welcome to Seattle. The chilly northwest rain obscures your vision as you step onto the tarmac. Before long, you're sitting in the cramped back seat of a cab, following the signal from Sam's locator chip into the heart of the Redmond Barrens. Organ grinders, a legal chop shop for body parts, whether from the living or the dead. If you're hurting bad enough for Nuyen, this is the place to sell a limb or an organ. It's also a good place to dispose of an inconvenient body while making a little cash on the side. This franchise is the closest thing the Baron has to a morgue. It seems this is where Sam Watt's body ended up. You open the door and are assaulted by the smell of death and bleach. Alrighty, let's take a gander here. I was wondering if we had any extra stuff. As I said, we had the data jack. So the data jack is nice, but it does hurt us if we want to use spells. I'll be honest though, mages in this game tend to not really be that good. I'm in the back. Good to know. The smell of death and decomposition wash over you, only slightly masked by the minty fake fresh of industrial-grade antiseptic. Anything else here? Dresden. The dwarf whistles a happy tune while unzipping a body bag. His broad grin says, "I love my job," a little more than you'd want or expect from someone in the chop shop trade. As you approach, he stops what he's doing and looks up with a lopsided grin. There's something kindly in his eyes, though it might just be a stray reflection of chrome and surgical tools. "Sorry, Bolshoi, I didn't expect any visitors at this hour." I'm kind of giving him a Russian accent because of the Bolshoi. I don't know if that's Russian or not. The doctor grunts to himself, zipping open a body bag on his table, and continues talking to himself. "Some asshole at corporate took my receptionist, said I didn't need her at 4 a.m. No one ever visits at 4 a.m., they said. And now here I am. What can I do for you, sir?" Bolshoi? The doctor squints at you, the smile never faded, perhaps looking you over for the first time. "Russian for big means buddy or pal. A friend of mine used to use it all the time when he came by, and now it's stuck in my head." So the guy's not actually Russian. He's probably got like a crazy New York accent. "Hey, oh! Russian for big, oh! Means buddy or pal, oh! You're the coroner? I'm John Dresden, the organ grinder's branch manager here. So yeah, that makes me the de facto area coroner too. Haven't had the pleasure. You are? Cheater, I'm here about Sam Watts. His grin fades. And on Earth, what makes you think I know anything about that? Sam had a locator chip embedded in his skull. I followed it here. I see. Well, you are correct. He's right over there in the back room. Not too many people know about the murder yet, though. The press haven't caught wind of it yet. What with the murder being all the way out here in Touristville. Who was it that told you Watts was dead? Sam has a digital ghost. When his heart stopped, I got a recorded message asking me to bring his killer to justice. Guess he had a hunch. The dwarf raises his eyebrows, a smile wiping the suspicion from his face. The dead man switch, eh? Fascinating stuff. I was working on Sam earlier. He's on the table back there. Dresden gestures to the room east of you. And then runs right through me. Very rude. Can I move now? I can move now. Sam is my second official Emerald City Ripper victim. The count varies on how many victims there actually are, depending on if you count Sinless as real people or not. There have been other corpses showing up scattered around the city with the same MO. Emerald City Ripper? Dresden sighs. I know, right? That's what the Seattle Scream Sheets and Bloodhounds have insisted on calling the latest and greatest serial killer in the Seattle Metroplex. They couldn't come up with something more original? All I know is that, like the original Jack, our Ripper knows how to handle a scalpel. But this one's even more twisted. He or she always removes an internal organ as a trophy from the victim. I do feel like that's classic Jack the Ripper stuff, right? Although I don't know if he removed... I mean, I know, obviously, he removed, like, a liver and then, like, sent a piece of it to the cops in the mail and that kind of stuff. I know that was famous. I don't know if he did it, like, for all of his victims. Like, as far as, like, full-on taking them as a trophy. Couldn't it be something catchy and terrifying, like Devil in the White City? Dresden stares at you, a calculating look in his eyes, then shakes his head. No, it always has to be something new, something catchy, something old, rebranded. What prize did the Ripper take from Sam? Watts's liver was cleanly cut out. From what I've heard, he hadn't been treating it very well. How about the other lucky contestants? The first victim's heart was missing, and the second had the pancreas, removed. Third was kidneys. Dresden, get out here! I'm here about the new Ripper Vic, Sam Watts. Let's grab this. Med kit? Yes, sir. Let's take a gander at this guy. Sam's body is half covered by a surgical sheet. His face an ashen white. First time you've seen it without that smirk on it. He doesn't look peaceful. Just dead. Ugh. Loving this morning stream? Well, I do it all the time in this morning. Because I'm up really early and this is kind of the time that I've got. Although I'll be honest, this is literally the absolute worst possible time to do a stream in terms of metrics. But we'll do it until we can, see a difference. Or if I can get time to do it later. Below the ridge cage on his right side, there's a small pencil-thin incision covered in dried blood. Beyond that, the corpse is immaculate. It would seem that the killer knew exactly what they wanted from him and took it. Next to Sam are several plastic envelopes containing the evidence found on his body. You can examine evidence through the bag without spoiling it. Let's check Sam's body and autopsy records. You check Sam's corpse, and other than the area around the incision, he's just as dirty as you remember. Sam has the jaundiced yellow eyes of someone with liver failure. Technically, your eyes are not necessarily jaundiced. You get like a whole jaundice throughout your entire face. Like all of your skin turns yellow. Your eyes do too, but it's your whole skin. Sam has all sorts of scars from previous surgeries and stitches. His body is a road map from a life of abuse. There are puncture wounds over his external jugular vein, which is a risky injection to attempt on an unwilling patient. There's bruising around his neck that shows someone much larger than him held him by the neck and injected him. Probing briefly, you confirm that Sam's liver is gone. Dresden's autopsy reads like Sam's rap sheet. Numerous surgeries from that shootout on the dock 3 years ago, to the time he called a woman a hooker and she attacked him with a bottle. The autopsy mentions some extra scar tissue around the missing liver, damage to the bile ducts for at least a year before Sam died. And there's a blood workup. The blood work says that Sam was injected with succinylcholine. Let's try this. Let's try this again. Succinylcholine. Succinylcholine? That sounds better. Succinylcholine. It's a paralytic that allows the patient to experience pain without being able to scream for help or fight back. Rough stuff. Make a closer examination of Sam's corpse. Sam has bruises on his knuckles, like he normally would. He has the jaundiced yellow eyes of someone with liver failure. Given Sam's plan to drink himself to death, that makes sense. What doesn't make sense are the puncture wounds on his neck, or how clean the incision is, given that Sam died after the organ was extracted. Probing briefly, you confirm that Sam's liver is gone, which we already knew because of our other skills. Let's take a look at this business card. Moving things around, you can make out that it's a card from a place called the Seamstresses Union. The card is plastic, but has seen a lot of wear and tear. Sam has apparently had it for a while. There was something handwritten on the back, but blood and time has rendered it illegible. It's a standard black, cheap, unsecured cred stick. No way of knowing what's on it without slotting it. And we're going to take that cred stick. You slot the cred stick into your PDA. You have a copy of Sam's very bad fake sin, and you add 300 Nuyen to your account. Thank you, Dr. Dirk Diggleberry, for your generous donation. Sam's clothes. It's Sam's shirt. Purple. Or maybe it was before it was a blood-soaked rag. Sam always did have a taste for good clothes. Several of the buttons are missing, and blood has thoroughly coated all the items. The bag sloshes a bit in your hand. Let's look at this handwritten note. You can only see part of the note, given the torn-off bits and bloodstains. Sam, I feel terrible that we argued. We have been so long. To say I'm sorry. We'll see you there. Love, Jessica. I think that's it. Alrighty. Let's see if there's anything around here. Obviously, there is another area here. Ooh, can we go into here? Yeah. Can we open this door? We cannot. Alrighty, McCluskey. Towering over the diminutive coroner is a homicide detective right out of central casting. You ignore the tusks, pointed ears, and Neanderthal brow. Do you say Neanderthal or Neanderthal? I've heard it both ways, and I suppose the correct way to say it is tall, but I say thal. It's TH, man. You can smell his cheap aftershave from here. So this new Rippervik, Watts? That name sounds familiar. Didn't his mother off herself a while back? The coroner frowns. So you insisted at the time. McCluskey chortles. Har, har, har. Come on, she offed herself. I had it on very good authority. Dresden shrugs. You insist, detective? Let it go, Dresden. Give me something I can use here. The Emerald City Ripper thing is my ticket to a lieutenant's badge. I've already sent you everything I know. The killer stuns the target with a combination of drugs, then removes a single internal organ while they're still alive. The perpetrator is most likely right-handed with a slim hand that knows its way around a scalpel. The killer has an understanding of human and metahuman anatomy too. Now, technically speaking, the anatomy of both of these things are not different. Like, I think all the species of metahuman have essentially the same internal organs. Like, there's not like the trolls have like 2 hearts or anything. But I suppose like their rib cages and like that kind of like anatomy placement might be a little bit different. So I'm looking for some sort of whacked out surgeon. Mad doctor? Not necessarily. I don't know any surgeons who still use scalpels anymore. These days it's all done with computer-controlled lasers and nanobots. Could be anyone from a military field surgeon to an antique medicine aficionado. What about the magic angle? Newsnets love the magic angle. I don't know what to tell you, detective. This is my one area of expertise. If you want a magical assessment, bring in a hermetic mage or a shaman. You're no damn help, dwarf. The Lone Star detective finally notices you. You are not impressed with his superhuman powers of observation. Who the fraggin' hell are you? Who am I? Well, I'm a hermetic mage. That can help you out with your problem, detective. Yeah, I like that. Let's get in on that. I'm nobody who didn't hear nothing. I'm new in town. You the welcoming committee? It's a little rude for my taste. Pizza delivery guy. I also run shadows, if you know what I mean. Yeah, we're gonna be the hermetic mage. Detective McCluskey snorts. Let you steal the credit with your fancy degree in magic powers? Pass. He looks back at the dwarf. Dresden, I need more. Get me more. I'm putting someone in a cell or in the ground this week. Let HQ deal with that, and I'm claiming my promotion. Woo, he running. That is not a pretty run. Well, Dresden looks amused. You always make friends that easily? I'm great at dinner parties, too. He cocks his head to one side. Be straight with me. You really gonna work for Sam Watts? Employed by a dead man? Sam was there when I needed him. I'm going to return the favor. Just fascinating. Detective McCluskey isn't interested in anything but himself. He'd throw his own mother in the slammer if it meant a bonus in his next paycheck. Plus, he's on the take, whatever that means to you. Dresden pauses, considering. You have honor, after a fashion. I try to honor the dead in my work, so we have that in common. What can I do to help you? There's a lot of dialogue coming up. Tell me more about Detective McCluskey. What's there to be said that hasn't been already written on a bathroom stall? Dresden laughs, the grin coming back suddenly. McCluskey is looking out for numero uno. And in his book, that's whoever pays Mitch McCluskey the most. Great name, by the way. I've presided over a dozen questionable deaths that he's been involved in. If I were you, I would stay out of his way. Whoever pays for his suit has got pull. The kind of pull that fixes reports and gets nosy partners transferred. What was that McCluskey said about Sam's mother? Melinda Watts. The official report, if you looked it up, is that she committed suicide about a year ago. You don't buy that? My name's on the report, but my findings left some doubts. Can't say that it wasn't suicide, but there were unusual bruises on her upper arms, and she didn't use her dominant hand to pull the trigger. I was told to drop it in unsubtle, threatening tones, so I dropped it. McCluskey's on the take. Who's paying to hold his leash? I don't know, but someone with some major pull has been looking out for McCluskey's career. And wallet. Can you tell me more about the Ripper Killer? He or she doesn't fit into classic serial killer tropes. I hate that serial killer tropes are a thing now, but they are. First victim, pretty standard stuff. Cut organs, clean body. No tissue under fingernails to identify the perp. So we have a careful killer. The dismemberment, that's classic Jack the Ripper, of course. But the cleanliness is weird. The Black Dahlia's body was cleaned. Ted Bundy would sometimes go back and prettify his corpses. A lot of times, killers either walk away from the corpse and leave it in ruins, or they keep it for themselves for their own purposes. Cleaning it and leaving it, that's weird. Not the weirdest part, though. All of the first 3 victims were cut and then dumped. Sam is the first victim to be found at the scene of death, with his clothes no less. Although the Ripper was still particular about cleaning the area around the organ extraction. We may be looking at an escalation. Killer is getting away with it, so he or she is looking for more danger to up the thrill. That's got me worried. Or Sam's murder could be unrelated, but I really doubt you're that lucky. What are organs worth these days? Individual organs? Not much, with all the cyber and vat-grown stuff. But if you have a whole, healthy body, it can be worth a whole big pile of new yen, especially on the black markets. We here at Organ Grinders only supposed to deal in the recently deceased and fully legal organs. If a body is beyond ischemic tissue death, there's no reason for me to chop them apart. But I can't vouch for the others. Nightingales, Tanimus, or the independent chop shops aren't picky, and they don't care where the bodies come from. Who still uses scalpels? Doctors still learn how to use them in their first year of medical school, as do coroners, but neither profession use them as much anymore. It's possible some of the slimier chop shops still use scalpels, I suppose, but I wouldn't know where to look. Have you heard of a place called the Seamstresses Union? It's a nearby club in the Barrens that attracts sleazy lowlifes. Lowlifes or lowlives? I guess lowlifes, yeah. Because lowlife is the term, so you're not going to pluralize lowlives. You'd probably love it there. Me, I'm not really the going out type. Always too much to be done around here. Plus, the dead are just easier to get along with. Keep to themselves. Don't worry about my personal business. I just need to know one more thing. Where was Sam killed? +1 action point. My experience has increased my ability to operate in dangerous situations. Awesome. Dresden looks up at you intently for a moment before speaking, a smile growing on his face. You know, cheater, I might be able to do you one better. Why don't you poke around these body lockers in the back and see if you find anything useful? Okay then. I'll go do that. You don't have to, twist my arm here. Let's see, take a med kit, you bet. Another med kit? Oh, a Doc Rogan trauma kit. I'll take it. Can I get in here yet? No, I can't. Okie dokie. I get it. Alright. The cold storage drawer is labeled John Doe, but the internal thermostat is set to 21 degrees Celsius. Hey, Doc. This drawer is busted. It isn't keeping anything cold enough to keep it from rotting. Dresden smiles at you over his shoulder. Is that so? Maybe just the temp gauge is broken. Let's open up that drawer. The cold storage drawer opens to reveal the fully clothed body of a man, arms folded across his chest, in addition to sporting some of the brightest orange hair you've ever seen. The body seems to be in very good condition. Whoa! Easy there. In one quick move, he jumps down from the drawer and stands before you. For someone who just woke up in a morgue locker, he seems unfazed and pretty well put together. You spot a data jack drilled into his temples and some shamanistic tattoos peeking above his collar. An interesting combination. I told John to wake me up at 6 in the morning. Is it 6 yet? Doesn't feel like 6 yet. Morgue drawer works. If you can trust the coroner. Jake shrugs. Unless I have my cyber deck, I stay away from computer registrations. A bad experience with an AI left me a little gun-shy about putting my info out there. JR speaks very highly of you? Who is JR? We've never met, but I've heard about your work at Aneki Towers. Impressive stuff. Now, Jake Armitage, if you're unaware, is the protagonist of the SNES, Super Nintendo, Shadowrun game. Jake looks at you suspiciously. I'd be happy if everyone kept their fragging mouths shut about that job. Who was it who told you? Kitsune? Yeah, Kitsune. Well, she got hers. If you hadn't heard, Kitsune has moved on to the happy hunting ground. I like to imagine she's chasing catnip around in those little stuffed mice she loved. He chuckles. Well, so much for a good night's sleep. On the plus side, I noticed you haven't killed me yet. So that's good. If you aren't after me, then what's your story? I'm looking into the death of Sam Watts. The coroner seems to think you can help me out. Sam, eh? I'm glad somebody cares. Sam and I used to drink together every now and then, over at the Union. Decent enough guy. Always in trouble, always in over his head. Always complaining about something. Jake yells towards the other side of the room. John, is this guy cool? Dresden shouts over his shoulder with a smile. not stopping his excavation of the corpse in front of him. Yeah, he's on the level. Working for Sam, believe it or not. Some sort of dead man switch. Thought you could help him out. Maybe even stop moping around my shop all day. Thanks, Doc. Jake pauses. Might be sizing you up, but he's difficult to read through those infamous glasses. Alright, you already know my name. But what's yours? Nice to meet you, Jake. I'm Cheater. And well-mannered, too. Pleasure to meet you, sir. Such a rarity in our city. Well, it sounds like you're taking a dive into the deep end here. John's right. I might be able to help you out. I was with Sam the other night. The night of the murder. Poor guy. He was hanging at the Seamstresses' Union that night. Tripped out and rowdier than usual. I'd been laying low there for a few days after a bad run. Mrs. Kubota asked me to throw Sam out, so I did. But out in the alley, some gangers got the jump on me. He winces. Damn, maybe I need some soy calf after all. John, could you grab me a cup? Get your own damn cup. My hands are dirty. Not that anything is wrong with his intestine. You hear a loud, squelching sound as Dresden continues his work. Thanks, John. You're a real pal. Anyway, there's a big fat core bounty on my head. Like I said, my last job didn't exactly go according to plan. Out in the alley, a few Halloweeners got the jump on us. Damn gangers thought they could turn a quick profit off of my head. Jake smiles, and you get the impression that didn't work out so well with the gangers. Sam stumbled off during the fight, though, and that's the last I saw of him. Until he turned up here, dead on arrival. Reminds me of my last stay in this place. You've done this before? It's a long story. I end up in the morgue more often than the average guy. Yeah, Jake here is a regular. Should have started a rewards card, Jake. A few more visits and you'd get a free night stay. Jake laughs. Ho 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 ho. I'll hold you to that, John. Anyway, they found Sam's body less than a block away from the Union. Missing liver and all. Tell you what, you look like you could handle yourself in a fight. I could use some backup to settle the score with those Halloweeners out there. Their leader's got the whole gang searching the Barrens for me. I need to get rid of that asshole. In return, I'll take you to the place Sam was murdered. It's not safe to hit these streets alone at night. Trust me. Jake eyes you up and down. Maybe I can throw in some decent supplies while we're at it. What do you say? It's nice to have someone watching your back out there. Assuming you can trust them. I get it. Gotta be careful in this trade. I'm not one to go back on a deal, though. John can vouch for that. Plus, you know where I'm hiding out, right? Doesn't leave me a lot of room to sell you out. What do you say? I do like a bit of street justice every now and then. Alright, Jake. Count me in. Jake grins. Great. I've been hiding out here ever since that run-in with those Halloweeners. Whiny bunch of gangers, but this stretch of the Barrens is their turf. Hell, I'm surprised you even made it to this morgue in one piece without packing some heat. Who's to say I'm not packing heat? Why you would even want to be here is another question entirely. Dresden yells over his shoulder. Very funny, Jake. You can sleep in the dumpster tomorrow. So, you need a weapon? Let's see. What kind of weapons do we want? The best weapons are the, assault rifles. But apparently you need a shotgun later. I'll still go with rifle because they are the best. AK-97, that's good. Sometimes you get a sniper rifle, those are not as good. You don't like library windows, do you? Never mind, here's a rifle you can borrow. So, ready for an evening out on the town? Just a minute. Tell me some more about these gangers first. Well, they're one of the nastier gangs in town. Their symbol is a flaming jack-o'-lantern, but you wouldn't like their version of trick-or-treating very much. Around here, they're led by a troll named John Paul. He's got all the Halloweeners and the Barrens looking for me. We take him out, maybe I can breathe a little easier. I'm ready. I'll follow your lead. The Halloweeners aren't looking for you. Yet. We can leave whenever you're ready. Sounds good. Let's see if there's any other stuff to grab. I also do want to check out. Okay, we are equipped. Good. Trade, cyberware. Let's see what we got here. Does this guy got anything on him? Can we even... Okay, I was wondering. How about you? No levels up for you. Spend karma. I don't think we're going to be able to get much of anything out of that. That's fine. We already examined his corpse as much as we could. I'm pretty sure we can't get out of this door yet. But let's just check. No, we can't. Okie dokie. So that is pretty much the end of this here area. Breaking news! Telestrian CEO James Telestrian III to announce new Seattle Research Division. Sources say press conference tonight at 6 PST. Head out into the Barrens? Seems like yes is the only way to go. Oh, Touristville, the Redmond Barrens. Run in the Seattle sprawl, and sooner or later, you'll find yourself in the Redmond Barrens. It doesn't matter your business. The Barrens doesn't like you. Take 1 part radioactive wasteland, 3 parts dog-eat-dog slum, add a dash of tourist trap, and you've got a recipe for mean as hell. You leave the sanitized death and formaldehyde of organ grinders behind, entering the anarchy and desperation of the streets. Jake stops a moment to breathe deeply, filling his lungs with motorcycle exhaust, radioactive dust, cordite, and who knows what else. He exhales with an expression of wry contentment. The stench and grime tell him he's home. Up the hill, you can see the abandoned skyscrapers of the Redmond Barrens. The neon of Touristville seems barely enough to hold back the night. Just enough to attract predators. My stash is just around the corner in the alley. Okie dokie. Nope. Good attack. Does the bus stop here? I don't know. Alright, enter Coffin Motel. This is, okay, this is just, it's not where we're trying to go. Looking for a date? Elves are my favorite. I bet they are, sweetheart. Yeah, let's go ahead and get this stuff. That was disgusting. Alrighty. Hidden in the garbage-strewn alley is a high-tech safe with a mag card reader on the front. Let's open the safe with Jake's mag card. With a smooth hiss, the safe opens to reveal a collection of gear that is a perfect match for your skills. You take the gear. Well, that's nice. I'm glad it's a perfect match. Hand over the loot, bozos. Yeah. Alrighty, buddy. Let's see. I think we can go... Okay, AK-97, single shot. Obviously, let's just get up to here. Let's get into cover. And if I'm not mistaken, damage 6. Yeah, damage 8. Again, I'm like, it literally is just better to always use this crap. It's insane. I'm going to target this guy. And this guy again. Nice. Can I get 3? I was wondering if I could get 3. Can't get 3. Let's go into cover. Should I run into this cover? I'm going to run into that cover. Yeah. And then we'll hit this guy. That should take him out. Bang! Didn't get hit by anybody. Yeah, we should be able to pretty much just take this guy out, right? And I get 3 attacks. Nice. Pretty good. Jake dusts off his sleeve. So, that was your official welcome to Redmond. Welcome to the Barrens. Jake sighs, glancing back at his empty safe. Guess I'll need a new spot to hide my gear. Good dead drops are so hard to keep. Jake chuckles. Well, at least they were too dumb to break my mag lock. Lazy enough to stick around and see who opened it, but too dumb to open it themselves. Jake tucks an errant dog tag into his collar and gestures to the neon city around you. Now that you've got some gear, let's go deal with those Halloweeners. I actually had other questions, but unfortunately I clicked the thing that made us go forward. That's fine. We got a whole bunch more people to talk to. Worried, man? What are you worried about? The man before you appears well-mannered, but nervous. Excuse me, sir. I don't know you, but you look like you can handle yourself in a fight, and we need some help. Calm down. How can I help? Thank you. Some thugs are shaking down the market we set up here. It's been getting worse lately. I don't think we can afford to pay them forever. But no one will stand up to them. Lone Star isn't about to get involved. If it's on my way, maybe I can help. Where's this market of yours? It's just down the street, sir. Please. Our livelihoods depend on this market. Okay. Let's see. She has a name, so... Sarah. Her clothes may be dirty, but the woman is far from downtrodden. Hey, not that it's my business, but I wouldn't go that way. Why? What's going on? Just some Halloweeners stirring up trouble. She points to the south. They rode in this morning on those orange bikes, set up camp in the old street market, and they've been marching up and down the street all day, shaking down anyone that wanders past. Typical. Well, odds are those are the guards. Those are the guys we're after. Sounds like a friendly bunch. You gonna be safe out here? She laughs. You think I'm dumb enough to get caught out in the open with one of those assholes? Nah, I know these streets like the back of my hand. Worry about your own skin. Anything else I should know about these gangers? Well, their leader's a big old troll named John Paul. Real piece of work, even for a wiener. Yep, that's him. Jake checks his pistol. Thanks for the heads up. No sweat. Let's check this Coffin Hotel and actually just this area over here. Can I enter the Coffin Motel? I can. Badoink. Alright. Cheater, I hate to do this to you, but I don't think I can handle checking out this Coffin Motel with you. These places are a dump at the best of times, and this hardly qualifies for that. Think you can do this later when I'm not around? Sure, Jake. No problem. Thanks, chum. I appreciate that. Vlad. Old Vlad. As you approach, the man sizes you up. You can see the age-old fight or flight equation running beneath his drug-clouded eyes. Beneath the track marks on his arms, you spot a set of tattoos that indicate he is, or at least once was, a shaman. Hey, man. You okay? Yes. No. Yes. No. I saw something. It's going to kill me. Calm down. I'm Cheater. What's your name? My name is Vlad. Vlad, those are some nice tattoos. Are you a shaman? The word shaman strikes a chord. He seems to shake off some of the mental cobwebs. Yes. Yes, I am a shaman. I thought so, Vlad. What did you see? See? Yes. I saw something. The other night I saw spirits so dark, so alien, that Vlad trails off and shudders. Where did you see this spirit? Just across the street from the Seamstresses Union. It's gone now, Vlad. It's not going to kill you. You're safe. Thank you. I think you're right. I feel better now. More whole. Now I think I need some sleep. Okie dokie, Vlad. Nice talking to you. Don't go to the market. I'll do it if I feel like it. Oh! Let's see what's up here. We keep getting warnings not to go here. Commerce is like a weed, taking root in the cracks and crevices of the world wherever it can. A small street market has flourished here amidst the crumbling buildings of the Redmond Barrens. Oh, is that what it was? Okay, so I did click on that. That's cool. Head Thug? What's Head Thug got to say? The thug attempts to use his bulk and hideous breath to intimidate the shopkeeper. The woman before him is holding firm, but you can see the thug's patience fading fast, and things are going to go south very soon. Who the fraggin' hell are you? Gang etiquette? Hey man, I'm with you. But I saw a pig rig cruiser just a block down. Might want to come back tomorrow. Drac, for real? Alright, we'll settle this later. Thanks, chummer. Yeah. Alright. Thank you for your help. We'll be back soon, though. At least you bought us some time to scrape together the rest of the money. Yeah, no problem, baby. Tammy, what you doing here, Tammy? I can't believe you got involved with those two. Most folks around here have that doesn't affect me mentality. So thanks. You new around here? Don't remember seeing you before. Thought I knew all the tech heads out here. Yeah, just came in. Well, welcome to our little slice of paradise. My name's Tammy. Chuckles and Violet run this stall, but I'll sell you tech and stuff until they get back. Know anything about that jack point over there? She glances over briefly, then returns her attention to you. Yeah, I do. Violet set up a little piggyback node for us to run cred stick transactions off of. Don't sweat it. She's cool. Show me what you got. I only have 300. I could easily cheat, but I'll be honest, I think I'm gonna not cheat, even though it's so tempting. Yeah, I think I'm not going to cheat this stuff. I got pretty good on stats, so... Find everything you wanted? Can I get you anything else? I did have some questions. No, I didn't have any questions. Sure thing, hon. Alright, let's try to jack in, baby. Wake up, Neo. Matrix has you. That's adorable. Follow the white rabbit. Knock, knock, Neo. That's pretty good. I do have decking. What the hell? Dude, I have decking. Oh, maybe I don't have my, Let me actually check to see if I have my thing equipped. Maybe I don't have... I guess I don't have a, No, I guess not. Although, I'll be honest, I do have decking, though. Screw this. Alright, let's go back. Spend karma. I've got decking. I know I have decking. I know I have the ability to deck. Is this what it is? Yeah, no, I've got decking. I could get for this. Can I get the Renraku stuff? Maybe this is a good move. Biotech. We can go decking, or I could get... I think decking actually makes sense. Yeah, get that sucker. Hell yeah. Alright, let me see if I can deck into this. I can't. That's because I don't have a cyber deck. But Jake also does not have a cyber deck. Let's check this system. System is a small matrix host, almost a plaything. Someone built it for code testing and to connect wirelessly to something nearby. Alright, Jake, jack in. Jack shakes his head, putting up his hands. I've got a problem there, boss. I had a deck. Nice deck, fitted the way I wanted. Full of programs, lead enough to get Steel Flight hard. But it's in bits in a trash can deep inside the Renraku Arcology. I need to know what's in that system, Jake. Jake rolls his eyes at your need. Might I suggest, and don't take this the wrong way, get your own cyber deck. Go to Little Chiba and get a data jack installed and deck it your own damn self. Don't worry about it. Okay, so I do need a deck, in which case we are going to at least give ourselves enough New Yen to give ourselves a deck. Now, let's see. This is the cheapest one. This is a little bit better. Let me see what other stuff. So this is pretty good. Matrix Courier. I like it. It wipes me out completely, but I'll be honest, the armor's pretty good. So I'm gonna take it. Yeah. Individual. Yes. Can I... Doink. There we go. Beautiful. And confirm. That would mean, let's go to you. Also go to you. So we should have 0 now. Hopefully. Yeah, I was gonna say. So we gotta do a little bit of detective work here to figure out what the address of the stuff is. I think it's this. I feel like it's probably... You can't see it, but I'm looking at a cheat engine. You know what? We can come back. We can come back after we rough up these gangers. They should give us some new yen to deal with. I think. I hope. I could have... The smarter move, we were actually going to try to be smart about how we cheated our money, would have been to buy something for 200, so we would have had at least one more scan. But I have a feeling... I don't want to chance it, because it could crash my game. But I feel relatively... Nah, I'm not going to do it. Let me see. I think that's going to give it... Yeah, I got it. Slightly lucky, but I'll take it. Alright. Let's just go with a weird number. Let me get it. And we are going to spend the money on you. Drones. I do have some drone stuff. I'm not going to do any of this other stuff. I'm just going to do this guy. Now, gear. I'm going to go for you. Because, again, like the mage stuff, it's just not as useful. It's just not. Eventually, I will be able to get some pretty solid stuff here. I think I can give him... I can't give him that. Good, excellent. And this is nothing. Is Jake Armitage with me the whole time? I don't think he is, in which case, you know what? We're going to actually not do that, because I might lose it. Yeah. Alright, talk to you later. Let's deck. Let's jack in, baby. Alright. Jack in with me. And I don't think there's anything. I don't have anything else here. Alright. System trace. I don't remember how to do any of this crap. Alright, exit node, tap communication stream. I can do that. A gruff orc answers as if responding to a call. What's going on, Chuckles? He recognizes that you're not whoever he was expecting with a short grunt. A stranger calling from this line can only mean my friend is dead. We'll be sending some hard hitters up from the underground to get Fourth World on the perpetrators. Wonder what they'll do if they find someone snooping in our business. The line disconnects. Well, that's not good. Oh well. Access terminal. This small sandbox is for tinkering with random bits of code. It looks like whoever was using this thing was a prolific coder. I'm gonna check those code details. There are hundreds of coding projects here. Most of them unfinished or riddled with holes. Search coding, holy crap, there's a lot. Shadowrun Identity Project. An old bit of code comes up on the register, but it's pre-crash trash. A note appended to the code reads, "These were some good people. See if we can update it to current protocols and re-release it." Old Captain Chaos. Oh snap, dude, he's a legend. Praying for keeps. This coding entry is barely started, and someone named Jack Skater is always asking for an update. The SNES. This file is both huge and ancient. It appears to have fairly regular updates going back for years. Seems like it's pretty far along and likely still under development. Haha. An immersive hot sim experience from the pre-crash band awaits download. Oh, like band Chicago? I don't know. Jet Black. There's a program here to seed the Matrix with hundreds of Jet Black sightings a year, and to respond with random usernames to any threads that mention Jet Black sightings as hoaxes or frauds. Mercurial. Very Mercurial. Mercurial's entire discography is collected here. And there's a crudely programmed semi-autonomous Nobot scouring the Matrix for any mention of Maria Mercurial. Puyallup Street Market. Shadowrunners based out of Puyallup in 2051. New Horizons Construction. Police inform us from Puyallup in 2051. Someone named Snow. A troll named Mateo. And someone named Roberto Carlos de la Virgen Campeche de Sanchez. Someone really wants to find out something about Maria Mercurial. Let's see what this Stuffer Shack says. This project looks mostly complete, if a bit simple. Seems that system updates have likely rendered it all but inoperable at this point. Let's check the ghost drives. Your search for inaccessible drive and are surprised when one is present. A note from Chuckles reads, I'm surprised you finally thought to look for this, Violet. Here's a reward to buy yourself something nice. Nice. Search for programs and structures with a file name beginning with dot? Ooh. A search for basic hidden files yields a single result. Dot, nice try, Violet, but I can do better than old pre-crash protocols. And check for files on with a countdown delay. I don't know. There are several files with countdowns on them. Some set to go off in a few days, others every 6 months unless reset. Whoever set up this node has a lot of triggers to pull. One in particular reads, don't touch these as the file name. Chuckles comments, Violet, these are to keep other failsafes from triggering. Don't mess with them. The file notifies Gavilan Ventures, an unknown Dropbox in Germany, and someone named Buddy here in Seattle with the same message. Employee Webb Charles, deceased. And code logs, did we already look at these? No, there are thousands of bits of stolen code. The two main areas of coders are Chuckles and UV. The comment from UV reads, Chuckles, I finally cracked the encryption and decompiled that psychotropic IC. Looks like it was written in Chiba and seeded into the software of the Calfree Sim publisher. I don't think they even know that they're spreading the Megacorp brand loyalty. Should we warn Virtual World Disney? Just go after the source. Chuckles' response, when you have a toothache, is the pain in your mouth or in your brain? And code details are all the same stuff. We already did all that. Exact. Last thing we've got is access camera controls. You found the wireless signal router. It has 4 independent pings. Look like someone set up a camera network to keep an eye on the street market. Let's check the cameras, baby. The first camera feed shows another street market. This one trashed by a local go gang. Orange and black pumpkins decorate the area. The second camera shows a south-looking view of the street market, with several motorcycles and gangers wandering the area. Third camera. Feed returns a no-signal error. Rewinding the footage shortly before the camera was destroyed, you see the street market you're currently crouched in. And then trace the fourth ping. The weak signal bounces off an old dish antenna to relay a few buildings over, and then disappears. Could just be someone watching the feed. Slave the camera signals to your comlink. You slave the camera feed to your comlink, re-encrypting the channel to keep others out. Sounds good, buddy. And that looks like that. Okie dokie. And then get out of here. Alrighty. So are we gonna get those big boys? And big badass gang? People coming to show us something or other? Alrighty. Let's see. The next thing we need to do is we need to beat up these guys. First, I want to check this out. Examine the Halloweener tag? You bet I want to do that. The orange paint is still wet. The Halloweeners haven't been here long, but they're looking to make a big splash and let everyone know they're here. I gotta be honest, like, this whole... I do like just the CRPG type stuff. It's cool, you know? The ganger shouts, waving a shotgun in your direction. Hey, asswipes, take another step forward and we're gonna plant you right there. This is Halloweener property now. Jake squints at the ganger. Yup, this is one of the two that got away. If I hadn't missed that party shot, the rest of these idiots would have given up, moved on by now. The ganger's jaw drops as he recognizes Jake, and then looks to you. Wait a minute, you're rolling with Jake? Bad idea, chummer. Big price out on Armitage's head. The Halloweeners are collecting that bounty, gaining the Touristville territory and all the killing. Well, that'll just have to be a nice bonus. Okie dokie. Oh, sweetheart. Sweetheart, no, buddy. Oh, snap. So we do have a mage up here. We've got a mage. He's on a dragon line. We've got this guy out in the thing. Do we want to kill this guy? I feel like I want to kill this guy. So let's go to here. And then let's shoot this guy. Boink. And again. And that's good. All right. So from here, let's see. If I move over to here, he's still kind of out in the open. But I feel like we can do okay here. All right, line of fire directed at one target. And 70%. What can I do with this? I'm going to go ahead and just make a cold shot. Nice. Okay, armor damage, don't care. That's fine. I mean, it's nice that he's got armor, but not useful. So we go to here. That guy gets pretty good. Yeah. And we just throw the bullets at him. This guy, we're gonna have to kind of get a little bit up close because we can't see him otherwise. And that should take him out. And that's that. You're dead, Jake, dead. This ends now, asshole. All right, what's our best? Can I shoot this guy from here? I guess I can. Damage 8, single target. I guess I can shoot him from here. 99% to hit. I can throw grenades. In all honesty, yeah, our best option here is just to straight throw bullets at him. He's in cover. Okay, so I do actually want to try to get around him in cover. I think I will just get a little bit out in the open. Try to throw some bullets at him. And from here, you can't really rotate and see. I'm gonna throw this guy. Yeah, it's good. Oink. All right. John Paul recoils, looking genuinely frightened. Whoa, Uncle, I was just playing with you. I'll call off the rest of the Halloweeners, Jake. Call it even, yeah? No need for this to get any more messy. What do you think, Jake? He smirks. Hey, I'm already at shoot-on-sight status with these guys and a dozen other outfits around town. Killing John Paul means one less wiener trying to shoot me in the back or cash in. Hell, they'll be doing the same to you as soon as there's a profit in it. I want some peace when I'm out buying smokes. What do we think? Up or down? Do we let him live, or do we kill him? In fact... Well, now I was gonna make a poll. Yeah. Up or down, yes or no, 1 or 2. I'll give it a second. I want to see what my latency's like anyway. That stuff's good, but it gets cold kind of quick. Although it's also good when it's still cold. I don't actually mind. Alrighty. I'm leaning towards letting him go, but to be honest, the Shadowrun thing to do is to kill him. The Shadowrun thing to do is to kill him. Jake wants to do it. I want him to tell his friends what happened here. Yeah. Let me get some rep. Jake smiles. How naive to be young again. Well, maybe it'll be worth it to see him running off with his tail between his legs. John Paul, that's your cue to exit, tail between legs. I want to hear you whimper when you run. Oh. Alrighty. Ooh, okay, so we could have gotten this earlier? This Halloweener Happy Pumpkin skull has been burned into the concrete of the street market, driving away the merchants and their customers. It will probably be a while before anyone returns. Okie dokie. Dodoink, skadoink. So this could be an air elemental. Let's see. Anything else in here? I guess that was it. Okay. I guess it was only relevant in the fight. After the fight stopped, it was useless. Okay. That's fine with me. Alright, let's talk to some of these other people. Can I get a map? No, I don't have a map. That's fine. Dan the Donut Man. The smell of fried food, powdered sugar, and slightly burned soy calf is enough, almost, to overpower the dusty, radioactive sewage stench of Redmond's streets. The young troll working the stand is covered in food stains older than he is. What can I get you, chummer? What can you tell me about Redmond? Barons? Hell, if you have to ask, you probably shouldn't be out here. This stretch we're on is called Touristville. I suppose it's the closest thing around here to safe. Fewer muggings. Avoid devil rats, and you might even survive drinking the water if you're lucky. Wouldn't recommend trying it, though. He scratches his armpit. Now behind me, that's the Seamstresses Union. You want drinks, quality companionship, favors, or information around here? The Union's your spot. Hell, that place is the reason I'm in business. Folks get the munchies when they party. The Seamstress Union don't do food. They do a lot, but they don't got a kitchen. Mrs. Kubota owns the joint, and she's quality. A hard woman, but fair to everyone, even greenskins. I'll take a jelly donut and a soy calf, baby. Dan passes you a donut and a steaming cup of soy calf in a paper cup. Enjoy. Okay, so soy calf. Do we think soy calf is like artificial coffee, or is it literally just like coffee with soy milk? You know? I feel like, for me, I don't remember if this is specific in lore. I haven't seen anything about that. I think it is literally like fake coffee made with soy. And then, you know, like caffeine's added. I don't think it's like a coffee with soy milk. Did you see the murder in the alley across the way? Dan looks over his shoulder and then lowers his voice to a conspiratorial whisper. I didn't see nothing. I was closed when it happened. But hey, it's the Barons. A back alley dead body ain't news around here. The only reason the cops are making a big deal about this Ripper business is that some of the victims are real people. You know, folks with sins. If the Ripper had kept killing us sinless folks, Lone Star could give two frags. Dan sticks his chin out in a defiant pose. We got our own, though. Glinton is looking into the killings. I bet she finds what's going down long before fragging Lone Star lifts a finger to help us. Who's Glint? Glint is a tough little human bint. She's been looking into the Ripper killings ever since the first victim got dropped. Since before they were even calling it the Emerald City Ripper killings. She was out here on the street the morning after, asking everyone what they saw. Nobody tell nothing to the Star. But for one of our own, we'll find something out. See you around. Would you eat a jelly donut from a fruit stand, or like a food stand in a radioactive hellscape? I mean, you have to try it at least once, right? You're already breathing it in. Can't be worse if you eat it. Hey, chummer, I got some tasty morsels just for you. Just what every well-dressed Shadowrunner should have in his back pocket. You want chips, patches, smoggers, and zippers? I got what you need. Do you know Sam Watts? The drug dealer doesn't flinch and takes great pains to keep his face unreadable. By this, you can tell that he lies easily to your face. He's dead. Do you think he cares what you say about him now? The dealer looks over your shoulder at the street traffic. It ain't about you, Shadowrunner. It's about my clientele and them not wanting me to talk about them or their personal business. Do I intimidate him? Maybe. I never said Sam Watts was a man. The dealer hesitates, then shrugs. It was a 50-50 shot, man or a woman. What happened to your friend? Be straight with me. Do you know Sam Watts? The dealer looks over your shoulder. Screw it. I'm going to intimidate him. You have the dealer's full attention now. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Who said anything about needing to beat me? Never mind. You're not worth it. Now you got the spirit. Know anything about the murder around the corner? The dealer looks straight ahead, avoiding your eye. Nothing worth getting killed over, that's for sure. Let's see what you got. Kamikaze or Nitro? I'm not gonna get either of those. It's just wasted. I just never use those types of things. Like, I know in, like, let's say Skyrim or Oblivion or Morrowind, like, skooma is super, like, powerful. It gives you a lot of good boosts. I will never use it. Not because I don't want to, just simply because it's a consumable. I have to keep using it if it's going to be good. All right, should we check out the Seamsters Union? I'm just going to check what it says. The sounds of laughter and music emanate from within, but you should finish your investigation first. Sounds good to me. Actually, hang on. What is our investigation here? Visit the murder site. Gotcha. That would do it. Kind of forgot that's what we were doing. Who's this? Sally. The dwarf merchant is packing up her stand for the night. I'm closed. Come back tomorrow. You got a great view of that alley across the street. Don't suppose you saw the murder that happened there? She grunts. Sure. I was closing up when I heard a series of explosions from behind the Union. A couple seconds later, this guy comes out, runs across the street. Didn't get a good look at him. Then all the lights in the alley exploded all of a sudden. Things got pretty quiet after that. And let me guess, you didn't go running over. See if the guy was okay? Hell no. Around here, that kind of thing gets you killed. Thank you for your time. No problem. Appreciate it, bud. I sure do. Alrighty. Let's talk to William first, if I don't get immediately pulled into... which, of course, I will. As you approach the alleyway scene of Sam's murder, Jake spies the flashing red and blue lights up ahead, and the several Lone Star officers gather. Whoa. Hold up a minute, Omae. Lone Star isn't above collecting an Accord-issued bounty, even for a rival like Renraku. And the one on my head isn't going away anytime soon. He sighs. I'm sorry, but I think this is where our paths diverge. Thanks again for the help with those Halloweeners. Here's your payment. They don't take Nuyen where I'm going, and you look like you could use the funds. Stay frosty out there. Wait, you said you knew Sam. How well did you know him? Jake sighs. Yeah, I was hoping to put this off a little longer. I knew Sam. I hate to say it, but your friend was a dreckhead. The dreckhead, yes, but also one of my drinking buddies. That makes you my friend of a friend. Even Sam knew he had it coming. Jake shakes his head. Hell of a thing, that dead man's switch. Can't believe I would ever be desperate enough to accept one up. When I die, I want to leave my enemies looking over their shoulders, wondering if I'll come back to finish them. Did Sam have enemies? Jake guffaws, laughing so hard that he chokes. Oh, dog, you're serious? Didn't I just say he was a dreckhead? And I'm one of the few that considers him a close personal friend. Of course, your chummer had enemies. Everyone who has ever stood for anything has earned an enemy. I think maybe his biggest enemy was internal. The kind you silence with cheap synth whiskey, chips, and a consenting partner. Did Sam have any friends? Anyone he trusted? Jake shrugs, looking at the neon lighting, the pollution above you. I honestly couldn't tell you. I considered him a drinking buddy, but a friend? Jake shakes his head. I don't know that there's more than a handful of people, Jake. Yeah, Sam trusted him. If he sent you the message, what he kicked, I think you might be the only name on that list. Did Sam have any family? Jake shakes his head. I don't know, other than a sister who was missing. Where did Sam crash? Jake points vaguely south. Sam had a bunk in the Coffin Motel off 2nd. You think my place was a dump? Wait till you see where he slept. I remember he used to joke that he only felt safe wrapped in C4. I thought he meant the explosive, but that may have been his bunk. You'll have to check it out. Good luck out there, Jake. Yeah, you too. He starts to leave, then tilts his head back. Hey, one more thing. When you're done checking out your pal's crime scene, pop into the Seamstresses Union. It's just down the street. You need gear, information, or just a damn stiff drink. That's the place to be. Kubota is chill, and it's the best dive this side of Chicago. I used that place as a base of operations for a long time. Make the right friends there, keep your ear to the ground, and I'm sure you'll get to the bottom of this river business. Well, nice knowing you. Jake turns and disappears into the shadowy depths of the Redmond Barrens. Let's talk to William over here. Can we talk to William? There we go. The bright yellow police tape cuts through the darkness, directing your eyes to the white chalk outline and dark red stain marking the slab of pavement where Sam Watts died. Standing at the entrance to the alley is a Lone Star officer. The cop looks cold, hungry, and irritated at the homeless man who's currently pestering him. I keep telling you I need to get my stuff from the alley or I'm going to die in the cold tonight. The officer rolls his eyes and sighs. And I've been trying to explain to you that this is an official Lone Star investigation and I can't let anyone in an active crime scene. You can't go in there. Hey, I got rights. Look, you sinless garbage. You got the rights I tell you got. I got a job to do. Find a new blanket or I'll use my stun baton and leave you for the shift change. Typical fragging brass. I hate all you pigs. He looks in your direction. You want something? What, they didn't radio? Damn operator's probably asleep again. I'm here to take over your shift. You can head back to base. Oh yeah? If you're official, where's your uniform? Come on, clearly I'm not with the Star. Private security contractor, temporary assignment. Sounded like your boss is short a few guys this week. The officer shrugs, stamping his feet in his boots to keep him warm. Never enough people when until they need it, right? Never enough people around until they need it, I guess. It's about fragging time someone showed up. Thanks for the relief. Sucker. William. The streets have not been kind to this man, but they've also hardened him. This man is clearly a survivor, though one wrestling with the onset of age and arthritis. I saw you over there with that rat bastard cop. You look hungry. Want a hot soy calf and jelly-filled donut? I'm homeless, not helpless. Thank you, but no thanks. I remember the old days. Taste of real coffee. Let me tell you, that Drek, that's not real coffee. Know anything about the murder that took place here? He squints at you, suspicious. You a copper? Or working for some corps? Just a freelancer. I need to ask you some questions. Good. I never tell those cops nothing. And salarymen nothing neither. What you want to know? Did you see the murder? Nope, but I can't say I'm sorry I missed it. I was hauling crates for Mrs. James up at the market. Can't carry as many as I used to, so it took a while. Got back here in time to see a couple of tourists puking all over my home turf. By then, that jerk-face in the uniform had already set up shop in my alley. So, it sounds like you live in this alley? Sure, for the last couple of months I've been sleeping there. But I spend my days out doing odd jobs for the street merchants, or panhandling tourists over near the Seamstresses Union. But what else did you see that night? Well, earlier in the night I saw a big and ugly troll in green hospital scrubs snooping around the block. He bought some donuts, and 2 cups of soy calf off the van over there. Seemed nervous, and he did everything with his left hand because his right was all screwed up with some cyberware. Can you tell me more about the troll's cyberware? Well, it was big, and I think it must have had some hospital attachments because I saw some needles. It was a lot like one I saw back in 44 when I got captured by elves. They did all sorts of experiments on me, and let me tell you, I never trusted one of those cyber people. Well, that's all I needed to know. Thanks. See you around. Alrighty, let's check, buddy. Amidst the shards of glass from the broken lights, you find a small piece of glass which looks like the bottom of a test tube. This looks like the coat and blanket that the old man was trying to get back. Examine the area for evidence. As you shuffle the bundle of cloth to the side, a printed receipt falls out from beneath the folds of the blanket. It's a bar tab receipt from the Seamstresses Union, dated 2 days ago at 3:02 a.m., right around the coroner's reported time of death. The customer, you'd know that alias anywhere. This is a bar tab for one Sam Watts. The server's name is listed as Coyote. Well, let's pick up the coat and blankets. And this work light is new. You can see that all of the alley's normal lights have been ruined. On closer inspection, it seems that they've all imploded, as if some force shattered them all at the same time. Same thing, same thing. There are... well, no, we gotta wait. Let's wait. Come on, fade away. There we go. And we completely missed it. Oh, well. Boo. That is the one thing I will say about this. The fact that like some of these context clues fade away is annoying. Alright, let's give old Willie. Hey there, youngin'. I think this coat and these blankets belong to you. My stuff. Mighty decent of you. Don't see that kind of thing too often out here. Yes, indeed, buddy. Let's go down here. And let's see. We want to... Sam's bunk? We sure do. Is this too far? No, actually, it's not far enough. Alrighty, so we're going to check out Old Coffin Motel. Motel Terminal. What's that going to tell us? The small touchscreen listing is heavily protected by reinforced glass, plasteel. Welcome to Stoker's. Please select your option from those listed below. I'm going to power off touchscreen for right now. And I'm going to talk to this gal. The young Chinese woman behind the counter smiles at you as you approach. Welcome to Stoker's, home with a no questions asked rental policy. What can I do for you today? Stoker's? I've never heard of you before. The clerk smiles and shrugs. The Stoker's motel chain is a multinational corporation, but I don't know where you've been and you've never seen them before. We're famous for our no questions asked policy. We'll rent the coffin to you, no questions asked, as long as you can pay for the 1-hour deposit. Where can I find out who has checked in here? The woman smiles at you. Due to our strict no questions asked policy, I can't require anyone to register, but most people put in at least a pseudonym or a street name so their friends can find them in case of emergencies. She gestures to this touchscreen display on the counter. Who's Dr. Dirk? Alright. I was just in here. Can you unlock? I'm looking for Sam Watts' bank. A frown crosses her face before blossoming back into a smile. I'm not familiar with anyone by that name. You could check our guest registry and see if he or she is listed. She gestures to the touchscreen display on the counter. Dr. Dirk? She shakes her head. I don't think that was his real name, but it was the name on the certified cred stick he gave me. I snuck a peek once. He was cute and charming when he wasn't out of his mind. I haven't seen him for a while. He was murdered last night. Know anything about it? The clerk's face whitens and her eyes widen. She begins toying with her comlink nervously. Did the Ripper get him? Or was it just a random shooting? Oh god, I can't believe he's dead. His real name was Sam Watts. Thank you. That's good to know. Sam Watts? He was cute and funny when he wasn't smashed. Dr. Dirk Dingleberry was just his terrible alias. She rolls her eyes. Of course, I've seen a lot of fake names. We have Ruby Cheeks and Naughtius Maximus among our current residents. There's even a guy named Ruskiface. Did he come in here often? Clerk nods. Yes, he was in here most every night. I think he was living in the bunk, although he'd be gone for a few days at a time. Where was his bunk? She looks at her digital readout. He was in C4, left wall about 3 rows in. His cred stick was almost out of funds. I was going to purge it at the end of my shift. If you should report this to Lone Star, keep my name out of it. Lone Star comes asking questions. Can you tell them you don't know about it? What do you think? Keep my name out of it. She nods skittishly. I'll let them know that I heard Sam was dead and that he was sleeping in one of the bunks here. Sounds good. Now let's look at this. Redeem a reservation? Unable. Rent a coffin. Error. Make or reservation. Currently not working. What the hell? Why is this all broken? The young woman smiles at you. I apologize. It sometimes gets fixed between shift. I didn't know it was still broken. Current vacancies. There are 16 listed vacancies at the time. Check occupancy of a specific coffin. Dr. Dirk Dingleberry is currently renting C4, but is not inhabiting his coffin. Search current residence. Cancel. Power off touchscreen. Delightful. Anything else in here? No, I can just go right through it. Gotcha. Let's examine this here door. This heavily reinforced door is for the cowering manager to hide in when something's. Here we go. Let's open her up. This is way more than a coffin, dude. Come on. Examine the bed. The smell emanating off this mattress is enough to turn your stomach. Unwashed flesh and who knows what else. You feel a pang of guilt knowing this was your friend's crash pad. Look at a pile of digital media. The less time you spend pawing through Sam's old porn, the better. The rubbish. Evidence of Sam's bad habits litters the tiny coffin. Porn, smoggers of many flavors, every bit of alcohol he could find, and even a few BTL chips. Now, the smell emanating from the wrecked mattress is enough to turn your stomach. The scent of unwashed flesh, waste, stale beer, cigarette smoke, and who knows what else. You feel a pang of guilt, knowing this was your friend's only refuge. Investigate the bed. Look for a dead drop. Yeah, look for a dead drop. Ignoring the obvious spots, like the trash can full of used needles or the porn pile, you check inside the vent, back of the fridge, finding a cred stick and nabbing yourself 100 nuyen. You notice that there's an unused chip in its original case with a stylized B on the side. Investigate the bed. The bed, if it can be called that, is a cheap sheet over a fire-retardant mattress. There are dirty sheets and a pillow that's been used to mop up something. The brown stain is not pleasant. The trash can is overflowing with debris, stinking latex, broken bottles, broken one-time needles. Let's take that chip. I pocket it. And anything else? Nope. That's all she wrote, baby. Now, let's see if we can check out. I don't think so. No, it's because it's in like a weird spot. Alrighty, let's see if she's got anything more to say now that we've investigated. Did you find what you need? BTL chip. Clerk makes a disgusted noise. I didn't know he was burning chips in there. Gross. He wasn't a bad guy, just had bad habits. Yeah, I just can't believe that he's really dead. Did he have any friends? She shrugs. He would occasionally bring a friend back with him. I don't know if they were professionals or just too down in their luck to afford their own coffin. He mentioned Bobby a few times. Bobby sells to the crowd outside the Seamstresses Union. Has anyone else been here, asking after him? You're the first one to ask about him at all. How long is his bunk paid for? He had a balance remaining on the cred stick, but I can just schedule it for a deep cleaning, which we have to do when someone really gross rents out a coffin. That will give you a few days at least before I purge the contents. Anything else you can think of? She thinks about it for a moment, and then shakes her head. I can't think of anything related to Sam. She pauses for an extra second. There was this creepy troll hanging around a day or so ago. Maybe 2. Dirty, lots of cyber, a big mechanical arm. Troll. She nods. He creeped me out. Just walked around the area for like 6 hours. You know, a troll that big with that much cyber? That's just a killing machine. For now, yeah, thanks. Alrighty. Good work. Let's see, where else can we go? Can we go back to organ grinders? We cannot go back to organ grinders yet. I want to talk to... Not you. No, I don't think I need to talk to any of you guys yet. I want to talk to the other... Yeah, I want to talk to this guy again. Dan? No, this guy. Bobby. He might have some more stuff to tell us now. Hey, chummer. I got some tasty morsels just for you. Just what every well-dressed Shadowrunner should have in his back pocket. You want chips, patches, smoggers, and zippers? I got what you need. Yeah, I heard that already. Tell me this isn't your Cal-Hot BTL. Bobby eyes the chip carefully for a moment before answering. I ain't saying that chip is mine, but if it's for sale, what do you want for it? Let's see. BTLs are only worth 50 million a pop, even for bestsellers. What's on this one that got you jonesing so bad for it? Bobby takes off his cap, runs a hand over his hair to smooth it before replacing the cap. Look, man, I need the chip back. I'm offering cold, hard digital million for it. You want to sell it or not? There's more to this. Spill. Bobby wipes his face and looks around to make sure no one is paying attention. Okay, I'll tell you. You seriously have to keep it to yourself, okay? Chip had a little extra on it. The Decker who stole the feed put a little extra encrypted bit on it. I didn't realize that Sam had grabbed it until after he'd wandered away for the night. With him dead, I was afraid the cops would take it off his corpse. What's on it? Title says Cal-Free Fornication. Not one, Judge. It's a pretty hardcore orgy at a mansion in Cal-Free. It's one of my best sellers. Seriously, 200 million for it. Deal? Not for sale. Make me a better offer. Look, you got what I would like to purchase, and I may have information that you would be interested in. But I gotta know you're straight up before we talk. I am. Excellent. Ask away. Where to get your chip supplies? Yakuza Bunraku Parlor. They gouged me and I passed the prices on to you. Was Sam one of your clients? Bobby nods. Sam was one of my best clients. He would never get more than a couple 100 million before he'd come see me to pick the right spice to get him out of his mind. I saw him probably 4 nights a week. Sam have any friends? Bobby shakes his head no. Sam kept to himself mostly. Talked about his buddy. There's one guy who had saved his life once. Maybe he saved theirs. I was never clear on that. What do you know about Sam's murder? Bobby sighs. I honestly don't know anything. I was sleeping off my own bender at the place of this elf co-ed from Seattle View. I only heard about it an hour or so ago. Did Sam have any enemies? Anyone hold a grudge against him? Bobby nods yes. Sure, Sam had enemies. Bookies, loan sharks, people who loaned him money. Do you think maybe he knew he would never have to pay them back? If you knew Sam so well, tell me, where does a worthless Shadowrunner get money for a 4-night-a-week BTL and drug habit? Bobby rubs at his chin as he answers. Sam wasn't working much as a runner, but he wasn't worthless. He had a mad nest egg. He was proud of it. He said his family connections had come through for him, and he had enough to keep him going. Someone said something about a sister. Bobby takes off his cap, scratching his scalp while answering. Sam mentioned it once or twice, but I didn't think anything of it. From what I gathered, he didn't have a happy home life. Why do you really want this chip so bad? I feel like we already got it. First rule of negotiation, my man, never leave with what you're worth. Alright, anything more about Sam's murder? I think we got everything. No, but I wish I did. People are too scared to spend money when they're worrying about someone might break in and steal their organs. Bad for business. Okie dokie. Them's that. Seamstresses Union now. Would I like to proceed? Is there anything else I can do here? I don't think so. Ooh, hang on. Mission items. Ah, okay. So we lost that. That's fine. Confirm. Dum 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 dum. The Seamstresses Union. Relative to the rest of the barons, Touristville is a neon-clothed oasis. At its heart is the Seamstresses Union, housed in an old brownstone building on the corner of illegal and opportunity. Bums huddle together, gangers strut the streets, and the occasional salaryman comes slumming. The Union building has been retrofitted, rebuilt, and restored so many times that it's like an aging starlet wearing too much makeup in an attempt to stay young. The wild ivy growing out of the gutters adds to this effect. As you enter, the murmur of hushed conversation washes over you. The dive bar denizens raise their heads, take your measure, and then go back to their business. This is the kind of place where everyone knows your name, but keeps to themselves. Extra karma. Should we use it? We got 6 total. I think we'll save it. Unless I can do something that adds another slot. Can't spend it? Okay, here we go. Nope. Ranged combat? I don't think so. Strength? Maybe. Ooh, okay, here we go. Additional weapon slot. That is not a bad way to go. The problem here is that it's completely worthless otherwise. Spellcasting. I think I will use this. Maybe. Dragon lines. Lightning barrier, totem choice. Yeah, let's go charisma. And let's get a totem, which is pretty good. Pretty solid passive bonuses. Peaceful messenger. Aids all allies. I want to see if there's anything here that's just like all passive. I don't think so. Cobra. There it is, okay. Personal passive benefit of +1 damage, 5 accuracy for all attacks made by the shaman. That's busted. Personal passive benefit of +15 HP, also pretty good. -10% chance of being hit. 1 movement and 1 armor. Ooh, that's interesting. Dragon Slayer? No. Okay. So it's between Leopard and Cobra. I mean, yeah, +1 damage is so good. A 1 movement, 1 armor. Movement might be good, but I'll be honest, I think my movement's already pretty good, so I'm gonna go for damage. Damage and accuracy. Yup, let's do it. Maybe not the best time to do it, to be honest, because we might be just in the process of potentially unlocking some stuff that we need points for. But we gotta talk to Cherry Bomb. The bartender is a striking elf, sporting a perfectly toned body, perfectly pouty lips, and perfectly tapered ears. Her eyes harmonize, save me, and take me in equal measure, hitting just the right notes for the maximum extraction of tips. She looks at you, sees another elf, and smiles big. Hey there, these gits call me Cherry Bomb. I haven't seen you here before. What can I get you? Let's see. How about a date? You just immediately putting the moves on her? Nah. Something dirty in a clean glass? Yeah. Ooh, a hard case. I like that. Okay, hard case. I'll get you something stiff. Cherry Bomb turns away, her red curls bouncing perfectly. She begins fixing a drink. A man with the face of a survivor and the zeal of a convert tugs at her arm. Hard. It's clear the two have a history. Cherry is keeping her voice down, but the man is making no such pains. The intensity of their conversation makes them easy to overhear. Cherry, you have to listen to me. If you stick around here, you could end up dead or worse. The Ripper is out there and he's real. I heard the last killing happened on this block. First Glint, and now Coyote's missing too. They'll probably find her tomorrow in a dumpster without her head. Come on, Cherry Bomb. Think. Cherry sneers at him. I think plenty, Shane. I'm getting a PhD freaking D from UW in neuroprosthetics, studying under Ojamans. I don't need anyone to save me. I'm paying my own way. Bartending and generous tips. There are faster ways for a Baron's girl to earn that kind of scratch, but I'm not taking them. So what do you want from me? The Zealot's eyes smolder as he watches Cherry. He doesn't release her arm, and doesn't seem to notice her attempts to reclaim it. I want what you want. A better life. A better world for everyone. The Universal Brotherhood can give you that. Cherry's face goes blank, shutting down, but the Zealot doesn't seem to notice. I've heard this all before, Shane. I'm not buying. Shane closes his eyes and shakes his head, but he doesn't release her arm. This isn't some trick to get us back together. Things are different now. I'm different now. The Brotherhood... Cherry Bomb's pretty face is hard, armored in lipstick and low expectations. The Universal Brotherhood is for other people, Shane. You rich Bellevue types who can afford their membership fees and voluntary donations. Shane is barely listening to Cherry's refusals, continuing his sales pitch. This isn't about money. It's about binding the world together in brotherhood. Come with me. Attend a discovery meeting. Get to the core of who you are. I heard Lynn Telestrian give a talk last night called The New Family of the Sixth World. Cherry makes eye contact, crossing her arms under her breasts and ignoring his hand on her elbow. Several of the patrons of the bar have taken notice of the conversation now and hold hands ready at weapons. I've got a family right here, Shane. They're drunks, lowlifes, and whores. And I'd choose them over any of your Brotherhood members. Now, Buzz, I need to get back to work. With body language that leaves no question that the conversation is over, Cherry Bomb pulls her arm free and turns her back on him. The perky redhead flashes you another dazzling smile, brushing off her last conversation. She seems to have forgotten about your drink. Sorry, I got interrupted. I heard you mention Seattle U. Do you have any classes with Finley, Odom, Sherritt, Smedman? Hilarious. Cherry looks at you surprised, but it fades after a moment. No, I'm on sabbatical. But be careful who you eavesdrops on in this part of town. It can get you killed. Cherry polishes the counter with a rag, looking at you slyly. You've got a look that says you're not here for the entertainment. Are you a badge? Nope. Cherry nods, making a decision of some kind. I didn't think so. You look like a runner to me. We're trained to spot a bronze the minute they walk in here. Something I can help you with? I did have a few questions. Ask away. Tell me about this place. Cherry smiles up at the rafters, taking in the neon, booze, and the stink of the Seamstresses Union before meeting your eye. Some come here for booze, some for companionship. Others are looking for something they can't get anywhere else. If it's illegal or immoral, and it can be bought, sold, rented, or consumed, you can probably find it here. The Union seems to attract people like you. How about that drink? Cherry Bomb sighs, leaning back and looks over the crowd, ignoring your quip. Yeah, I could use a drink. Okay, so I have to know, how did an academic end up here? Cherry laughs. I could ask you the same thing, Professor. I had Finley and I loved Sherritt. But Odom was after my time. Now, unless you're unaware, which I'm sure you are because this is such a niche game and, like, you know, RPG and all that kind of stuff. Finley, Nigel Finley, I think it's James Sherritt. I don't remember Odom off the top of my head. But these are guys who wrote the early Shadowrun novels and actually a lot of the source books as well. Who was that guy you were talking to? Cherry shrugs. Shane, old boyfriend. Used to frequent the establishment. Then one day he saw a billboard for the Universal Brotherhood and that was that. Went to a meeting, made new friends, moved in with them. I was happy for him to get out until he started coming around trying to recruit me. That guy mentioned Coyote. She here? She looks worried. Now I think she's away on business. Business, huh? She a shaman with a name like Coyote? She laughs. No. She shot a coyote once, thinking it was a shaman who double-crossed her. We've been calling her Coyote ever since. Her face falls. She's been missing since her last shift. Didn't come in tonight. Some people think the Ripper got her. But I know her. Coyote can take care of herself. Ever hear the name Sam Watts? She nods. Sam was a regular customer and a regular pain in the ass for as long as I've been here. Talked a big game, but he was always broke. As soon as he got any money in his pockets, it went straight to his head. Chips, drugs, or booze. Coyote had a soft spot for him, though. Did you see Sam last night? Cherry shakes her head. No, that was Coyote's shift. Who runs this place? I want to talk to him. That'd be Mrs. Kubota. She's in the back room. You can't miss her. Thanks for the intel. I appreciate the help. Gutter punks have to stick together. Talk to you later. Alrighty. Ghost of Grizzled Veteran. It's actually a ghost. Kind of looks like it. At the end of the bar sits an old guy with a gray beard and deep circles under his eyes whom no one else seems to see or even notice that he exists. This is likely because he doesn't. He's been dead for almost 30 years. Besides you, the only person that seems to know he's there is the bartender, who keeps his frosty mug full of Hefeweizen beer. Hey, I know you. You're a cheater. You backed me when I was alive. How can I repay the favor? What are you doing here? Damned if I know. You live your life making stuff up, then you die. And end up on a stool in a bar in a story you made up. So meta. So who is this guy supposed to be? Why should I talk to you? I mean, you're a ghost. Mostly I just tell stories. But I'm occasionally good for some free gear. So come by to say hi anytime you're at the Union. Got anything for me today? I'll take it. Stash it, yeah. Why, yes I do. Here's a handy frag grenade. Be careful not to throw it near friendlies. Got any stories today? Did you hear the one about the night Shadowrun formed in my head? You see, okay. This is good. Alright, I'm not going to read the rest of this. No, I mean, I'm going to read this because this is actually interesting. But obviously this is like meta. Alright. You see, I wanted to do a Cyberpunk game, but R. Talsorian beat me to it. Damn Mike Pondsmith to hell. It was only a year off. So I'll be honest, I feel like they were both making it at the same time. And I didn't want to do the second Cyberpunk game. So I started looking for a way to organically mix magic and fantasy into Cyberpunk because I saw them as juxtaposing themes. I thought it would be interesting to integrate them. Every culture on Earth features fantastic creatures and magic in their mythology, so it all had to come from somewhere. My dad is a big Mesoamerican archaeology fan, so I kind of grew up with the Olmecs, Toltecs, Mayans, and Aztecs, and of course the calendar, which all of a sudden struck me as a wonderful way of explaining where the magic comes from. The Mayan calendar has a 5,200-year long count, with each 5,200 years viewed as a new world. That timing almost lines up with the Judeo-Christian world creation date of about 5,800 years ago, which is a little spooky. The sixth world was due to start in 2012. I thought, what if magic ebbed and flowed from the world every 5,200? And the world changed when it did. Like a moth becoming a butterfly when the environment's right. Alright, that's enough for one beer. Come back later for more useless trivia. Done wasting time with you, chummer. Alright, Eric. The orcish kid has some outfits piled in a box nearby and is hawking them to passerbys. Hey, guy, I got some extra outfits I'm trying to unload. You want dibs? I will definitely take a look, my man. I'm gonna kind of just buy all of them, because screw it. I don't think any of them are better than the one that I've got, because this is +1 intelligence and 2 armor. This is 3 armor, 3 armor, 3 armor. Also 3 armor. So, I'm happy with 2 armor. Yeah, I'm happy with 2 armor. Because +1 intelligence is pretty busted. Well, it's not that great, but it's okay. It's pretty good. Okay, what is this? Unarmed damage increased by... No. Nope. This is armor. Haste is kind of the best thing we've got going on. Flamethrower is the other thing we're going to do. Perfect. Okie dokie. Any other stuff around here? Jin Parks, who I think will sell me some stuff. The Asian woman's expression reads open for business, but her demeanor reads dealer rather than companion. She has a jack on her neck, a gun on her hip, and a chip on her shoulder. She eyes you with a sneer. You look like you could use some firepower, something simple. I got guns so smart they practically fire themselves. You looking for tech? Got some of that too, if that's the way you roll. Show me what you got, baby. Don't need any of this stuff. Drones. I mean, drones are super good. They're way better than the summons because they don't screw around, and also I feel like they just do better damage anyway. Let's see if we've got a better. I can find me like a better. Oh yeah, here we go. This is an SMG. If I can get like a better rifle. Not doing you. Ranged combat 3. 2. That's better than what I've got. The Simaball. Oh, I need that. So the Smart Link just adds the ranged combat thing on it? Boo. That's okay. Alright. Definitely we go for this, right? For sure. Long range, more capacity. Hell yeah. Let's get that in there. Replace it. I mean, who doesn't love an AK? But at the end of the day, it's not the best. Not the best thing out there, is it? It's nice. It's reliable. Posted at the doorway to the VIP section is a tower of troll muscle, wrapped in an impossibly tailored suit. Whether the product of good genes or expensive aftermarket cosmetic work, the troll's gleaming horns perfectly frame his face, and his polished tusks and goatee accentuate the set of a lantern jaw. Welcome. Please behave yourself. Will do. Do you get trouble in here often? The troll responds with a straight face, but something in the way he speaks makes it seem like he's joking. Nothing a stern look can't usually solve. The troll watches you carefully, but without staring. His tone remains friendly. You have business here? I was a friend of Sam Watts. Know him? The troll doesn't look away, but his brow furrows briefly. Sure, everyone here knew Sam. Shame to lose a part of the family. There is a sharpness in Clue's eyes the look of a man who has seen much and earned wisdom at a young age. He remains silent. In your role here, I suppose you often escorted Sam to the door. Chloe nods. Yes, albeit gently. Sam was drunk, but he usually wasn't a violent one. Usually. What about the night he died? Mr. Chloe's gaze moves a few centimeters over your head as he thinks back. Sam was a bit agitated that night. I didn't catch any specifics, but it may have been over a woman. Thought I was going to have to shove him out. But I had to deal with a couple of rival go-gangers posturing for one of the working girls upstairs. Jake helped Sam out instead. Thanks for the info. No problem. Johnny Clean. Can I talk to you, buddy? There we go. The man is dressed like a janitor, but is wearing unusually clean overalls. He's tall, rail thin, and has a cunning look in his eyes that says he's more than just a maintenance man. Howdy. Name's Johnny Clean. You new? Yeah. First time, just getting to look at the place. Well, enjoy yourself. This looks like your type of place. I'm just sweeping up a bit. Sure, buddy. Now, Noog. What's Noog doing? Covered in glowing magical talismans and fetishes, the troll does not seem fully of this world. He mumbles to himself constantly, apparently participating in several conversations at once, but with entities you can neither see nor hear. I told you it's not like that at all. Bring me proof and you shall have it. I am honored, your majesty. That was why I said to use mustard in case of catsup. Who uses catsup? It's ketchup. Ketchup all the way, baby. Okay? Forgive me, Gene. I was a fool. He looks you in the eye, his other conversations on hold. You may peruse my magical wares and see their glory. I would like to view your wares. Do we have anything in here that I actually want? I don't think so. Especially because I don't have... Yeah, I feel like, in all honesty, like, haste is the best. It's the best spell. It's the only one that I actually would ever use. Slow is also doable, maybe. For, like, a really super powerful person, maybe? Maybe. Yeah. Nah. That's okay. I'll check it out. But yeah, I don't have enough spell slots. I'm not gonna... Armor's, like, always useful. Haste is definitely, like, probably the best spell. Mrs. Kubota watches you across the room, sizing you up as you approach. As you get closer, you can see that she's of mixed race, African and Japanese. Her demeanor says, "This is my house. Mess with it at your peril." But her eyes twinkle with playful amusement when she speaks. Konbanwa. Good evening. My, but aren't you the pretty elf? I love those cheekbones. Are you enjoying the Seamstresses Union? There should be plenty for a man like you to enjoy. She eyes you closely. Or is this business? I'm tempted to ask what's upstairs. Kubota laughs and smiles at you, but not tempted enough. I could find a lot of things. Tell me, Omae. What is it you're looking for? I'm looking for information. She eyes you suspiciously. Of course you are. Knowledge is power. Nay. So I've been told. Kubota tips her head in your direction. A polite makure bow. Soka. And why should I help you? Jake sent me. Sam Watts. I'm looking for his killer. Her face brightens, amused. Ah, so you're the little insurance policy he would go on and on about when he was hammered. His avenging angel, who would strike back from him from beyond the grave. Kubota studies you with a careful expression. What do you want to know? How well did you know Sam Watts? Kubota nods. I knew him. Everyone here did. Sam was a regular whenever he could beg or borrow enough nuyen to become altered in some way. drugs, chips, alcohol. Didn't matter to Sam, as long as he was bent. He was broke as dirt, but always looking for his next fix. Kubota sighs. He clung to this place like it was his lifeline, and we treated him as part of the family, even if none of us liked him, except Coyote. Did you see Sam Watts last night? Kubota nods, another half bow. He was here last night, quite inebriated, as he often was. Coyote was working bar that night, and she informed me that Sam was getting rowdy and belligerent with other customers. When I requested he leave, he refused. Mr. Clouet was dealing with another issue, so I requested that Jake escort Sam out into the alley. That was the last I saw of either of them. Why is this place called the Seamstresses Union? Kubota smiles, amused. During the gold rush years, there was a census, and the politicians wanted as high a number as possible to gain power and revenue. To bolster their numbers, they decided to include all the working girls, of which there were many, to the rolls. However, given the times, they could not list the girls' true occupation, so they entered them all as seamstresses. When a girl accumulated enough money to open her own place of business, she named it the Seamstresses Union, so potential workers would know that they would be treated fairly there, and thus a rich tradition was born. So you're a former seamstress? Wry amusement plays across Kubota's face. No, I am Madam Sinful, the proprietor. Perhaps when we know each other more, I will reveal truths about myself. For now, enjoy the union. One more question. Can you tell me where to find Coyote? Kubota's face darkens, a note of anger entering her eyes. Would that I could. My Busaiku, Coyote, hasn't been seen in 24 hours. She cut out early on her last shift, and missed her shift tonight. Kubota takes a calming breath and lazily glances around the room. Coyote is smart and quite dangerous, but I fear for her. If she's smart, why fear for her? Kubota looks over the room with the eyes of a commander. I fear for all my boys and girls. Coyote is in a dangerous line of work, and there is always someone smarter, cleverer, or more prepared. Coyote's stuff is in Glint's room upstairs. If you are looking for her, I invite you to examine it. You may be able to uncover her whereabouts. I would not normally betray her privacy in this way, but she's missed 2 shifts now, so no one has seen her, and she cannot be reached by her comm. It is unlike her. If something has happened, I will not have inaction on my conscience. Here's the key. Abayo. Okie dokie. Can I talk to you again? Kubota gives you a makure, a nod bow. Toshita. How can I help you? Who is Glint? Kubota's mouth settles in a hard line. She sighs. Glint is one of our local girls. She's in here for drinks or fun most nights when she has cash. She was in here when Marrow and Dresden were talking about the early Ripper murders, and she got it in her head that she was going to stop the Ripper. Kubota shakes her head. It was foolish. It made people feel safe and gave the kids hope. But she's been missing for more than a week. I assume she's dead. Who is Marrow? Kubota scans the room before answering. Marrow is a freelance reporter, the kind who digs into a story like a tick, and sucks blood until someone cuts him out. He's an addict, and he's around here most nights, looking for runners bragging about their latest exploits, or a human interest story he can squeeze a few new out of. Well, I'll see you around then. Let's see what's where. Locked. Examine the maglock? You bet I will. There's a mid-grade security panel attached to the nearby door, set to require a passcode for entry. Hack the planet, baby. We're gonna open up on that door. Let's see what we got in here. Alright, inspect. The stuffed bear seems to be hiding something. Nitro. This popular drug psychs up the user for combat. Adds strength and willpower, but nah, whatever, sure. Stash it, don't care. We're just gonna... Come on, there you go. There's a few love letters from someone named Javier to my dearest angel, which are filthy in English and Sporethial. Sporethial is the language of the elves. Let's open up this guy. And, I mean, we can just kind of do the whole thing. Yes, no? Let's see if we can open up this guy, see if this does anything. Doink. Okay, that seems to be more like the place that's going to advance the story. So, let's search the wall over here. You enlarge the small tear in the wall and find a cred stick stuck there. Search the basket. Score, loose change. Vanity. Jazz. Combat stim adds 2 quickness and 1 AP. I'll stash it, baby. Search the desk. Force elemental? Earth elemental. Yeah. And then the bathroom. Anything in here? And a med kit. I'll take it. Alrighty. Just a whole bunch of free stuff. I mean, if they didn't want me to steal it, they wouldn't have it, right? Rummage through these boxes. Looks like Coyote hasn't fully moved into this place yet. All her stuff is still in boxes. The stand. The stand is littered with action movies and cigarette butts. A framed painting of the Chicago skyline, done in stylized silhouette. The mirror. Years of training in the security field have taught you the telltale signs of a hidden safe. Sure enough, tucked in tightly behind the mirror is a small, secure wall safe. Digital keypad awaits your touch. I'll get it. First, let's read diary. Let's read the diary first, yeah. Coyote's bed has a diary with several papers sticking out. Open the diary to the first paper. There's a receipt stuck between the pages and a diary entry. I came back from my shift to find 4 of Paco's goons sleeping on our apartment floor. It's getting fraggin' ridiculous. I want to be with them, with the real Paco. But this cutter Drek keeps messing everything up. I love him, but he's totally different with the gang. That's how I make cash, baby, he always says. I try to tell him he doesn't need the cash. I can support us both with what I make at the Seamstresses Union. But he still goes on these runs. With these bozos all over my floor, I feel like he's just seeing how far he can push me before I kick him out. I try to be patient. But why does it have to be all one way? As soon as the last cutter was out the door, I lost it. I told him if he ever pulled Drek like that again, that he would be sleeping in the alley. Of course, he begged and pleaded with me, telling me it wouldn't happen again. I don't want to deal with this anymore, but I don't want him to leave. He's the reason I got through all this stuff last year. Got my bartending license, got this apartment, and this life. I know he cares about me and loves me. More than his involvement with the Cutters, I just wish I could slice out that gang from our life altogether. Slice out the fear that comes along with it. What's this receipt for? A receipt for a Browning Max Power pistol from Gin Park downstairs with a note saying how big guns on hot women turn her on. I mean, a Browning Max Power is a good gun. It's not an Ares Predator, but it's a good gun. The paper has a handwritten poem on it and a diary entry. Sometimes it seems like Paco reads my mind or my diary. Maybe he does the latter. I wouldn't be surprised. Hi, Paco. Ever since last week, he hasn't mentioned the Cutters once. He leaves the apartment with a "see you in a few hours, babe," and returns later without comment. I don't know if it's really going to help for us to avoid the subject in conversation completely, but I have felt better without our constant arguing about it. The last 2 nights I've come home from work to Paco waiting up for me, slouching on the old dumpster couch with a novel 4 inches from his face. I imagine that as I turn the key in the door, he perks up and makes himself look especially studious for when I open the door. He seems superficially surprised to see me, but I love this little act. Let's just say that Paco should stick to guns and motorcycles and leave the poetry to others. There is a receipt and an old photograph stuck between the pages. The picture shows a young girl with caramel skin and dark brown hair. She has a snake wrapped around her arm, yet she is smiling. The back of the photograph has shadow scrawled on it. The receipt, a COD receipt for a special order. 5 pounds of zebra meat from Mari's Meat Emporium, located near Pike Place Market. A receipt for a wall safe, installed near the bathroom door, set to a combination of 342-436. 342-436. Let's see if it's automatic. Okay, it does. It has it up there. 342-436. Boink. The safe beeps cheerfully in response, and the door comes open. Empty the safe. Grenade, baby. Coyote's computer is ancient. Probably fished it out of a junkyard. Doesn't even have a data jack. And the cracked display is covered with fingerprints. Tapping the keyboard causes the dust cake fans to spin up, only to display on screen password. Without the password, the only other button on the screen is a password recovery option. Let's see if Shadow will do it. Probably, right? No? Okay. How about uncapitalized? Really? Okay, password recovery. Your first childhood pet? Okay, that's Shadow. Uh-huh. Your favorite musical acts? Did we get anything on this? Let's leave the computer. Read diary. Let's see, is there any context clues in here? Chicago? Maybe? Let's see. Password recovery. Shadow. Is there Chicago? There's no Chicago. I'm gonna say the Elementals. What is the name of your hometown? That's Chicago. I got that. Answer story. Incorrect. Leave. Favorite musical acts. Did we see any? I don't see anything for that. Maria Mercurial is like, the only person that we've definitely for sure seen. And she is a super duper famous act. Concrete Dreams is obviously the most famous act in the, what do you call it? Shadowrun universe. They're basically the samurai of Shadowrun. Alright, look at the picture. Yada yada. In the receipt. Mari's Meat Emporium. I know it's not that guy. You. Okay, put the diary back down. Let's see. Is there anything else on here? I don't see it. I mean, obviously we can just brute force this, so I'm kind of just gonna... I'm just gonna brute force it. The crack easily unleashes the password. Trust no one. And you are transferred to the desktop. The computer has a basic list of applications. Calendar. 4 days ago, favor for M. Sinful. 3 days ago, meet with Delilah about gig. Today, meet Paco for date at Pike Place Market. This event is due in 30 minutes. Coyote's contact list has exactly one entry, someone named Paco. There's a deleted comlink number and no other contact information available. This does not seem like a very useful list of contacts, but who are you to judge? A quick scan of her recent search history shows that Coyote has been reading a great deal about hellhounds. It also suggests more than a casual interest in vintage action figures and action movies. Check the computer for hidden files. The computer doesn't have any hidden files, but it does have some old deleted files. Someone named Glint created a smart frame to search for murders and deaths connected to Redmond. The smart frame only searched for a few hours, and there are literally millions of entries. There's even a complete Matrix host called Murder Blog, where you can anonymously post to brag about people you've killed and dead bodies you've stumbled upon. Alright. So far, seems like... Unless there's something up here? No. So, we're kind of done on that. So I believe this is where we go to see... Ooh, right. Do want to check out this guy. Oh, this is perhaps where we could have seen some other stuff. Yes? No? Interesting. Okay, so this is just... So it doesn't look like there's anything in here for us to click on. Interesting. Would not have expected that. Probably later there'll be something. Alright, Kubota. Kubota gives you a Makure. Dosta? How can I help you? Do you know Paco? Kubota's smile fades away. Paco is a ganger, a member of the Cutters. He's a good kid in a nasty line of work, and Coyote's on-again, off-again boyfriend. I warned Coyote against getting too attached to that type. They don't have a tendency to live long. Have you heard of Mari's Meat Emporium? Her face twists in disgust. No, I'm a vegetarian. Ugh, a vegetarian? Do you know Jin Park sold Coyote a gun recently? Kubota shrugs. I would be more surprised if she hadn't. Bouncers can deal with most of the troublemakers, but this is Redmond. Around here, you need a gun just to take trash out to the dumpster. Coyote has a date with Paco at Pike Place Market in the next half hour. Kubota gives you a more formal senrei bow. If you would go down there, it might bring me peace of mind. I will call a cab for you, which should be able to get you there in time. Ganbatte kudasai. Good luck. It's not... I will also say it's not Gam, G-A-M, it's Ganbatte. Ganbatte. Ganbatte kudasai. Good luck, do your best. Ooh, hang on. Is this... Can I move through here? I don't think so. Okay, just checking. Just checking. Transition to Pike Place Market. You bet I do. You catch a cab from Touristville to Pike Place Market, an immersively quiet ride that takes you from probably going to be mugged to probably going to pay too much for your drinks. Compared to the urban wasteland of the Barrens, the downtown area is filled with modern buildings, lighted streets, and unbarred shops, all living beneath the shadows of massive corporate arcologies. For many, these arcologies are home. For others, they're hulking monuments to where the world went wrong. Famous for fishmongers, Pike Place Market has been around since the early 1900s, overlooking the bay. Now it's a market for all things legal and illegal, a melting pot of the haves and have-nots. Even though most of the shops are closed, the sights, sounds, and smells of the market hit you from the moment you step out of the cab. Christian E., thanks for the comment. Let's get it in. Yeah. The reason I say that is because apparently I'm looking into some of the YouTube stuff and they've like changed the algorithm, and you actually don't even count as viewers now. You actually do not even count as a viewer unless you comment or like it or subscribe or do some sort of, activity to basically say that you're engaged. You're not a robot. You're not AI. You're not a bot. But, I'm cool with, just having people in if they're enjoying themselves. If you want to comment, that's cool. If you want to have a conversation, I'm also cool with that. But I appreciate it. Ugh. Doink. Doink. Alright. Let's check where we're at here. Alright. Old Paco. How long? Okay, I was wondering where we're at. In terms of time. I wonder if this is going to annihilate my voice tomorrow. It shouldn't be too bad. Because I'm not stressing it, but I'm definitely talking more than I normally do on a stream. Alright, Patrick. The handsome young man turns away from the crowd and fixes you with his full, completely undivided attention. Sir, you are a beautiful elf, but you could be so much more. That sounds great. Tell me more. The handsome young man's breath catches in his throat, and he actually wells up tears of joy. Wonderful. The Universal Brotherhood is our family encompassing all metahumans, sexes, and sexualities. We all strive to be the very best we can, to live more fulfilled, happy, and productive lives, to support each other in doing so. Welcome to our family. The handsome young man seems moved to tears and moves to embrace you. The first step is to simply come and listen. Tomorrow night, Lynn Telestrian will be speaking about the importance of family in the sixth world. Please join us tomorrow, and the secrets to a better life shall be revealed to you. He smiles and turns back to the crowd. Greetings, weary souls. Come inside and receive the gifts of peace, understanding. That sounds pretty cool. So, does anyone in chat know anything about the Universal Brotherhood? I say this because I do, but I don't want to spoil anything. Refurbished flowers for sale. That is some legit entrepreneurial shipsness. Okay, let me check over here. I think I actually have to talk to Paco before anything gets unlocked. I think that's actually true. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's true. It is. That's fine. That's cool, no big deal. I gotta talk to Paco. Unless I'm seeing something else. Nope. See, my friend? The kid in front of you sports the trademark yellow of the Cutters gang. Young, tattooed, and clean-shaven. He stands like he owns the street, and everyone on it. He seems distracted, though, glancing around with increasing agitation. He looks over as you approach. The chip on his shoulder must help with the swagger. Watch yourself, dandelion eater. What do you want? Are you Paco? Yeah, I'm Paco. Who the hell are you? Relax, we're on the same team. I'm Cheater. I was just at the Union, your girlfriend's gone missing, and I'm helping to find her. The tough guy's swagger seems to drain out of Paco. The cutter is gone, and before you stands a kid in a yellow jacket that doesn't quite fit. Coyote's missing? Oh man, that would explain. She was supposed to meet me here over an hour ago. I thought she was still mad and just stood me up. Paco seems more like a kid as he adds, look, sorry for getting your face like that. What else do you know? If she's missing, I need to find her. Do you know a fixer named Mr. Delilah? Coyote had a meeting with him a few days ago. Paco shrugs. I know him. Sure. Ranger doesn't allow anyone on his crew of cutters to take side gigs. I got no reason to deal with Delilah, but Coyote had mentioned a new job. Paco has a sudden realization and hits the bus stop with his bat in frustration. Dreck, I know where she went. Damn, why couldn't she frag it? Paco, slow down. Where did she go? Paco jumps up and down, too nervous to be off to explain himself. Coyote lived in the Royale Apartments not too far from here. The local slumlord / drug lord, Stevie J, runs his operation out of that hellhole. Coyote grew up there. Doesn't like to talk about it much. But she's been looking for a way to settle the score with that guy for years. Paco paces back and forth. A few days back, I heard Delilah was looking for some more runners to steal some stuff out from under Stevie J's nose. I bet Coyote took the job. I'm sure of it. And if his thugs caught her, there's a grim determination in Paco's eyes. I'm going over there. You coming? One more thing. Coyote had a receipt for some zebra meat from a place called Mari's Meat Market. Ever heard of it? Paco stares at you in disbelief. Who the frag cares about zebra meat? What? Look, Mari's is just down the block if you want to check it out. But I'm going to the Royale, with or without you. What's it gonna be? I'm in. Don't worry, we'll get her back. Damn right we will. Hell yeah. Let's see if there's anything else out here. Now, I actually do remember this part of the game. I remember the zebra meat. I kind of remember what it does. So we are definitely going to pick it up. Uh-huh. And like I said, you need to talk to Paco to basically activate anything in this area. Ugh. Oh, come on, man. Pretty sure I clicked on this guy. The small meat stand presents an enormous diversity of dead animals, from cow and canine to the exotic and paranormal. The sign reads Maury's. The pictures on the back of the stand feature a much older version of the man in front of you. As soon as he notices Paco, the young proprietor's eyes become hard and angry. What do you want? You know he can't afford more. Relax, hombre. Mi amigo here just has some questions. Everything cool here? Yeah, everything's swell. Manny continues to stare daggers in Paco's direction. My name's Manny. Who are you and what do you want? What's your deal with Paco? Manny steers daggers at Paco. You should ask your buddy here. Paco puffs out his chest, tapping his bat against the heart. What the hell is that supposed to mean? Manny jumps but doesn't back down. It means that you and your gang likes to stroll through here and relieve us merchants of our hard-earned nougat. My dad made the mistake of reasoning with them. So later they came back and beat it out of him. He's still in the hospital. Paco backs off hurriedly, ducking his head and avoiding looking at either one of you. Look, Manuel, there's nothing I can do about that. I'm at the very bottom of the cutter ranks. I can't make that my problem. Manny crosses his arms over his chest. Tell that to my dad. Paco turns to you. We don't have time for this, Drek. I need to find Coyote. We will, in a minute. I still have some questions. Manny smirks, then now cowed Paco. Whatever. Happy to help. What would someone want to buy zebra meat for? Manny shrugs. Some people eat it. It's a delicacy in Africa, but I wouldn't recommend it. Tough as nails. We mostly sell it to core security teams who use it to reward their hellhounds. The flamers go crazy for this stuff for some reason. Paco's eyes light up, and he strikes the side of his shaved head. Oh, frag. That's why Coyote wanted zebra meat. Everyone talks about the pet hellhound Stevie J keeps locked up in the Royale. And if she never picked it up, Manny grows more sullen, angry at having given Paco anything. Whatever. Anything else? Do you know someone named Coyote? Manny shakes his head no. Nope, I don't go in much for that shaman stuff. I have this receipt for an order of zebra meat. Still have it for me? Manny shrugs and takes the receipt. Let me look it up. Yeah, I got it right here. 2 days past the pickup time. I didn't think anyone was going to come for it, but it was paid in advance. Here, it's all yours now. I'll be leaving now. Sound. Jesus, some of these things are loud. Alright. As your eyes adjust to the flashing lights, you spot the body of a woman, dead on the pavement behind the police line. Panic spreads across Paco's face. Oof. Oh no, is that Coyote? Frag, this isn't happening. Goddamn. Paco, breathe. Now take a closer look. Is that her? Paco steps forward and breathes a huge sigh of relief. No. No, it's not her. Thank God. Paco looks nervously at the brass all around. Look, let's not hang out here too long, alright? Too many Lone Star brass piggies. It's too bad. Whatever happened here, I ain't gonna let anything like this happen to Coyote. Well, we're gonna investigate just a smidge. The Ripper took her eyes. Alright. The tall, emotionless Lone Star officer blocks entry to the crime scene. Behind her, you spot the lively officer of the organ grinders coroner, Dresden. This is an active Lone Star investigation. Please step away from the barrier. Detective Cheater, Allborn Precinct. We have reason to believe the victim may have been involved in the BTL ring we're investigating. I'd like to examine her belongings for evidence. The officer looks at your clothes with skepticism, but doesn't skip a beat. Badge and SIN, please. Well. Dresden steps up to the barrier with a warm grin. It's all right, officer. He's with me. The officer looks at you with poorly concealed skepticism. Okay then, Doc, it's on you. Make it quick. Alrighty, baby. Dresden, what you doing? Dresden looks up from making notes on a data pad. Greetings, my esteemed fellow servant of the dead. What brings you out here? Fresh fish? Hot on the trail of the dead man's killer? Coincidence, believe it or not. I take it I've stumbled across another Ripper murder? Yep, that's what it looks like. As you can see, the Ripper went for the eyes this time. Pretty clean work, I gotta say. Gotta hand it to him, our Ripper knows what he's doing. Or she, I suppose. What do you know about the victim? Dresden scratches his head absent-mindedly, probably breaking some sort of sanitation protocol. I can tell you some, not much. Our latest victim has been dead for about 3 hours based on her liver temperature. ID has her as Sinner Lucy Warden, emigrated from the Nan and worked at the Stuffer Shack just up the block. Looks like she was just leaving work when it happened. Can you tell if she was subdued in any way before her eyes were removed? She shows no sign of struggle. 2 major injections, but no bruising. Body was cleaned, and yet she was clearly alive when the eyes were taken. She died of shock and blood loss shortly thereafter. As to what knocked her out, I won't know until I can run her toxicology back to base. But if I had my guess, though, she's been dosed with the same succinylcholine mixture used on the other. I thought you ran the Redmond franchise. Isn't Pike Place a little far from home? Dresden laughs. As much as I love the squalor of Touristville, I don't mind the change of scenery. My colleague, the coroner for the downtown branch, is out on maternity, so I told management that I'd cover for her on this one. Plus, I want this sicko caught. Any sign of magic use here? There was evidence of an unusual explosion in the alley where Sam died. Dresden taps his lips, leaving a smear of something dark. Now, there's an interesting thought. No, nothing obvious, though. The transfer to McCluskey's unit is a mage, I heard. Carter or something? I don't know her, and I don't trust people I don't know. I'll get McCluskey to call in full magical forensics. So, the Ripper takes Sam Watt's liver, and this woman's eyes. Different organs from other victims? Any theories? Dresden seems distracted, but keeps talking. Trophies of some sort? Maybe he or she prescribes to the belief that eating the organ of your enemies gives you power. Probably of some twisted symbolic significance to the killer. Beyond that, I couldn't speculate. Well, that's enough questions, thanks, Dresden. Dresden nods, a mixture of emotions showing on his face. Pride? Fear? I figure if I help you out, I settle some karmic debts, and there's a better chance to get this scumbag off the streets. McCluskey wants someone in a cell to blame the murders on. Sure, but he couldn't care less if it takes another dozen murders. Good luck out there, eh? Dresden starts to turn back to the body, then stops. Speaking of McCluskey, you should probably get going soon, before he shows up. Sure. But we gotta talk to Officer Aguirre. The plainclothes Lone Star officer before you sports a tacky hat and a crooked grin to match. So you're the one who's working for the dead man, eh? McCluskey warned us you might be sniffing around after the Ripper. Lucky for you, I got here before McCluskey. I'm Officer Aguirre. Pleased to meet you. Now, seeing as my crime scene isn't going nowhere, what can I do for you? What can you tell me about the murder that took place here? Aguirre shrugs. Not much, really. We know she got it about 3 hours ago, and we know that her eyes have been removed. Didn't need Dresden to figure that much out. He's been looking at the body, though, so he might have more. That reporter showed up, declared this one of the Ripper killers. Me, I've been scanning the rest of the scene and looking for witnesses, but no luck so far. Damn Ripper might as well be a ghost. I guess I'll just enjoy my soy calf. What do you think of Dresden? Detective Aguirre looks over his shoulder at Dresden and then back at you. He studies you as he answers, trying to figure out your angle. The doc? He's a good sort. Talks a lot. But some people like that. I guess his patients don't complain. Aguirre smiles at his own joke. I take it you and McCluskey don't see eye to eye exactly? Let's just say McCluskey and I have conflicting interests. Do you have any leads on the Ripper that I should know about? Aguirre laughs and waves you off. Ha! Plenty if you ask McCluskey, but the truth is we're as clueless as you probably are. Don't worry. If you wait a few days, McCluskey will catch a sudden break in the case, and someone will end up dead and blamed for it. Thank you for your time, officer. Aguirre catches your sleeve. Hey, hold on a minute here. You haven't put in a donation for the Lonely Orphans Fund. The Lonely Orphans Fund? Aguirre takes off his hat, smooths out his hair, and replaces the hat in one smooth motion. Yeah, you make a generous contribution to the fund, and I put you on a mailing list. The second we find any orphans that you might be interested in, you're the first person we call. Well, I'm always interested in finding out about any new orphans you discover. Officer Aguirre smiles, rubbing his palms together. Excellent. Shall we say 300 new one? Anyone else been asking about this kind of thing? That sort of information costs extra. Well, I've got the cash, so I want the best info, and everyone else kept out of the loop. Aguirre whistles and checks the transfer from your comlink twice before answering. That much scrap should keep the orphans pretty well fed for a while. Until then, you'll be speed dial numero uno. And then we've got this elf over here, who definitely looks like a totally normal individual. The elf standing before you may quite possibly be the ugliest elf you've ever seen. His meticulously clean lab coat, formal jacket, and old-fashioned bow tie give him the look of an undertaker from centuries past. Maybe a zombified corpse. He notices you approach and locks eyes with you, smiling a thin, unnerving smile. Hello there, stranger. Might I inquire, do you know which organ grinder's facility this body will be removed to? Why would you want to know something like that? The elf giggles, a strange, high-pitched warble you would not expect to emerge from his misshapen face. Oh, just a hobby. Never mind that, though. A good evening to you and your friend in the corner. That's not suspicious. Alright, lying on the pavement is the body of a young human female. Her eyes have been gouged cleanly out, and you notice a string of bite marks along her left arm. Let's talk to you. Dresden looks up and a grin spreads across his face. Need something else? Any fascinating new leads I should know about? What about the bite marks on her arm? Dresden gives you a genuine smile. We've got a thinker. Sadly, the bite marks are unrelated. It appears some wild animals dragged the body out here from the alley. Based on the bite pattern, I'd say dogs, not ghouls. That all happened post-mortem. Did you notice a particularly ugly elf standing over there in the crowd earlier? Dresden quickly scans the spectators surrounding the crime scene. Huh? Where? He's gone now, but he was asking about the body, wondering which facility it will be taken to. Dresden brow furrows. Interesting. Well, there's some who may be interested in purchasing several parts, sure, but that's pretty poor form to inquire at the site of a murder. An ugly elf, eh? I'll keep an eye out. Can't say I've seen too many ugly elves. He shouldn't be hard to spot if he comes back around. Sergeant Aguirre over there seems pretty friendly. Can I trust him? Dresden chuckles. Friendly sounds about right. Any opportunity to get in Mitch McCluskey's way, Aguirre will take it. He can be a bit sleazy, sure, but I'd take Aguirre over McCluskey any day of the week. Do you know anything about a reporter looking into the Ripper murders? Dresden glances at you out of the corner of his eye. Who's that? Aguirre didn't say, just said someone declared this a Ripper killing. Dresden looks up from his tablet and you're surprised at the heat in his glare. There are a lot of fragging reporters attaching themselves to the Ripper story, much in the way, and for the same reason that McCluskey is. They're sucking blood to get themselves rich and famous. McCuskey. Dresden pauses to scratch his chin with the back of his wrist, then he sighs. About a younger woman, human named Glint? Dresden nods, still studiously looking at his notes. Yeah, I heard a couple people in Touristville mention her. I don't know her though. Point around if you see her. About Marrow, a freelance muckraker. Dresden sighs, tapping his tablet against his other hand, talking to himself instead of you. Yeah, it would be him, wouldn't it? Marrow is a freelance reporter. He works for money to burn chips, and that's about as far as it goes. Once a story stops paying, he moves on to another hot topic. If I were you, I would avoid him. That sounds like a dead end. Dresden shrugs, looking over his notes and adding to them. That's enough questions. Thanks, Dresden. Dresden waves you off, absent-mindedly scanning the crowd. Anytime. And that is, as far as I can tell, that. Let's check down here. I don't... Is this the way, actually the way to go? Maybe. Want to buy some BTL? Okay, this looks like it actually is the way to go. So let me check up here instead. Yeah, I want to explore this. It looks like I might not... Yeah, okay, perfect. That's what I was hoping for. Dead end. That's what I was hoping for. Negative exploration is very important. Do I have a bunch of... I do actually have a bunch of karma. I'm not going to spend it right now, though. Alrighty, let's check it out. Okay, we got somebody over here. Frank. Alright, Frank. No way. Blind Lucy? That's right, baby, they got her. Frank. The one before you wears the standard Stuffer Shack employee uniform. His name tag reads Frank. The uniform is well kept and well fitted, but the tears streaming down his large, crooked face do little to improve his appearance. He does not seem to notice your approach. I take it you knew the victim? The orc glares at you through his tears. Yeah, what's to you? My condolences. Were the two of you close? Frank wipes the tears. You surprise me. I'm just not used to folks being too friendly out here. The orc wipes his face with a dirty napkin. Yeah, we were pretty close as co-workers go. Blind Lucy and I worked at the shack for 3 years together. Started the same day on the same shift. Blind Lucy? Yeah, Lucy wasn't completely blind, but she was legally blind. She had to wear these huge glasses and hold things right up to her face. But she got new eyes about a year ago. Any idea how she scored the new eyes? Frank thinks about it for a moment and then shakes his head. No, she wouldn't talk about it much at all. She just called it her stroke of good luck. I guess her luck finally ran out. Seen anyone strange in the store lately? The orc looks at you askance. Oh my, it's a Stuffer Shack. I see weird shit every day. But no, nothing stranger than usual. Did Lucy have any enemies? The orc kid wipes his face again. Can't think of any. I'm not sure. I know she had another breakup with her boyfriend after getting those new eyes put in. That guy was pretty upset for some reason. Wouldn't leave Lucy be. Till she filed for a restraining order. That all seemed to die down a few months ago, though. She didn't like the local Humanist goons harassing me, but I can't believe even someone as drecky as them would do something like this. Well, when was the last time you saw Lucy? Frank gestures at the Stuffer Shack behind him. We were here at work. I think she was heading to the market to meet a friend. Frag, I was supposed to join them, but oof, we got some last-minute customers. He sighs. That's all I needed to know. Thank you for your help, and I'm sorry for your loss. Frank stops you. Wait, you wouldn't happen to be part of the investigation, would you? In my own way. Why do you ask? Frank traces a line around his throat, indicating a necklace. Well, Lucy had this special necklace, an intricate wood carving of a dragonfly with symbols on it. She wore it every day, said her mom gave it to her when she left Denver. She called it her lucky charm. Anyway, you know how Lone Star is. All of her stuff will be bagged and placed in evidence storage until the seventh world awakens. I just thought, Frank clears his throat, gaining courage based on the fact that you haven't shot him down yet. Well, I just thought that if you could somehow get that necklace before Lone Star locks everything up, I could, send it back to her mom. I feel like I owe Lucy that much. I understand. If I can find it at the scene, I'll bring it to you. Frank's face crashes as relief and hope flood into him. Thank you for your help. I've got to head back in. I can't deal with customers right now, so I'll be hiding in the back. Come find me if you get her necklace. Oh, buddy, we're going to get her necklace. We're getting it. We're getting that necklace hard. Now, what he's going to do with it, who knows? Might be that he, steals it. But we got to do what we can. You scan the ground near Lucy's body and spot a small wooden object, mostly hidden beneath the dead woman's hair. This must be the necklace Frank was talking about. A thin, broken cord trails off to one side. It must have snapped during the struggle. Now I want to examine this scene in astral space. The Pike Place market is awash with 300 years of emotion. There's regret, worry, hurry to get groceries, excitement for late-night rendezvous, and disgust at the chewing gum stuck everywhere. There is no residue of Lucy's death here. She was killed elsewhere. Her body completely died and was brought here. I think I'll just quickly steal it. You pick up the necklace. It's an intricately carved piece of wood in the shape of a dragonfly, with small turquoise stones set within its eyes. The wood feels very sturdy for its weight. With genuine wood such a rarity in the sixth world, this piece might be worth quite a bit to the right buyer. Are we going to keep this? No, of course not. Very silly. Not even a possibility, really, if we're going to be honest here. Alright, let's get into that there stuffer shack. Ooh, examine the games. Television. I'm gonna examine all of these. I wonder if I can, hack them or anything. Dance Insurgency. Latin Hot Feet Edition. Neil, the Orc Barbarian, goes commando. Oh, okay, it does. Golem Arcana. Orichalcumor Edition. Bull Run. The Adventures of Bull, the Orc Decker. Necropolis. This console is badly dented from a frustrated player pounding on it repeatedly. Astro Chicken. Classic. Ms. Pac-Man? Seriously? This dead TV is the same color as the sky outside. Let's check this microwave. A burnt wrapper is still in the microwave, reeking of an acidic meat of some sort. The label reads, Beljuri's Special Burgers. Let's check this soy calf machine. Okay. Just my luck. Fragging thing is broken. Huh. Ooh. Do we jump into something here? Maybe not. Alright, shipping manifesto. To Stuffer Shack 2509. Ares International Tacoma Facility. Attention, Jeffrey Wade. Contents redacted. That's not suspicious. A note attached to the shipping manifest. Not sure who this Wade character is or why he got a crate from Ares, but it's not supposed to be here. Ship it back on the next outbound load. Don't fraggin' touch it. Huh. Well, here's Frank. Frank looks up at you as you approach, wiping his face. Were you able to find Lucy's necklace? I've got it right here. You can send this to her family now. As he takes the necklace from you, you can sense a weight lifting from Frank's shoulders. I can do this much for Lucy at least. Thank you, friend. I owe you. Happy to help. Alright, anything you can tell me about this other stuff? Frank's care at handling the wooden necklace is evident. He wipes away a tear at your approach. Good to see you, Omae. Thank you for your help. I'm sure this will mean everything to lose these folks. Okay, nothing from you. Dave! The orc is standing there fuming with crates and paperwork. The nearby employee is Honorian. I'll be gone once one of you miserable bastards signs this fragging paperwork. Frank continues smoking with deliberate casualness. I'm on break. What's the paperwork for? The orc gestures to the delivery of nearly expired krill poppers and soy foodstuffs. I'm just doing the regular delivery. The manager keeps trying to get me to pick up the crate over there. I'm not touching it though, and I come on the nights it's not in. Crate? He looks at you like you're an idiot. The big orange box behind you says Aries on the side. You should pay attention to details like that if you expect to survive long. Well, what did you deliver? The driver shuffles through the paperwork. Protein and all the colors of the rainbow. Some shelf stuffers, parts for a broken soy calf machine, and another load of those weird smelling burgers. Pretty standard stuff. You look familiar. Been on Tri-D before? Trid before? He sighs heavily. Yeah, I got mugged right before a big firefight in Puyallup a few years back. Made the news for a couple weeks. Being famous for getting mugged. Not my finest hour. Fair enough. I'll sign it. The orc truck driver doesn't give you the paperwork. I appreciate that, and as much as I'd like to get out of here, you gotta be a Stuffer Shack employee. Talk to you later. Later. Come on, man. I could be a Stuffer Shack employee. You name it. Loot crate. Can I loot it? Decryption sequence. Hell yeah. Ooh, I got an all-purpose Benelli shotgun. Hell yeah. Identity confirmed, Mr. Wade. Enclosed is the requested hardware to complete your assignment. Discard upon completion. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Nice, 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 nice. Anything over here? I don't see anything over here. I wonder if we can get into this back room. I know we can get into this back room. So we'll get into here. Break room. See what's where. What's up. Search this here locker. I love it. Yeah, give me that stuff. A shelf of slightly folded uniforms. Most of them are filthy. Apparently, Stuffer Shack's top-tier employees aren't big on personal hygiene. Rifle through the uniforms? Yup. Among the filthy uniforms, you find a misplaced RFID badge belonging to Frank Daboski. You pocket the ID. Alright, let's see if we can sign it now. Come on, buddy. There you go. I really need an employee to sign off this delivery. Show him your lifted ID card. Right here, buddy. The delivery guy seems genuinely surprised by you actually signing the paperwork. Thank you. I'm glad to get out of here. You know these places get robbed on a regular basis? I bet they do, buddy. I bet they do get robbed. Can we get into this back room, or is it just kind of like it's there for... okay. The human with bloodshot eyes is literally grinding his teeth, making the veins in his neck stand out. He's jumping and holding the shotgun tightly, pointed at the clerk behind the counter. How did I miss this? You got keys to the manager's office, Fragger? Or are you as worthless as the rest of these half-wits? I'm sure we can fix this. Tell me what happened. The thug shouts at you through clenched teeth. You've got the key, can open that door, fix it. Otherwise, stay the frag out of my way. Easy, pal. There's an active crime scene half a block away. Do you want to do this dance right here, right now? The thug guffaws. You think rent-a-coppers bother me? I've killed dozens. I need access to that room. How messy this gets is all up to you. Alright, let me try the door. Let's see, baby. The door is reinforced. No mag reader or keycard, just an old-fashioned tumbler lock. Let's examine that deadbolt. The cylinder and tumbler system is ancient, but still works. You just have to lift the right tumblers and twist the cylinder. Someone with quick hands can do it with practice. Not something common in an era of electronic keypads and mag locks. A few minutes with your deft hands, the deadbolt slides back, opening the door. Alrighty, let's get in there. Examine the guns. This probably makes the employees feel safe, but the guns displayed here are fake. Search that desk. A crumpled, handwritten note under the desk blotter reads, "Oh, I see you 812. I take the note." And do I jack in? I'm going to talk to Mendoza. Let's talk to this guy. Maybe I'll beat him up or something. About fragging time. What took you so long? Shouldering his shotgun, the thug turns to you. Tell you what, you wouldn't happen to know anything about matrix systems, would you? We can end this pretty quickly if you can wipe the information I need from the server. What's in it for me? Mendoza taps his finger on the shotgun, for instance. The lives of these employees, your life. I think that's a good enough bargaining chip. Yeah, I know my way around a server. I'll see what I can do. And then I'll shoot you in the face. But sure, why not? Let's deck in there, baby. I don't think we're in... Oh, okay, I was gonna say I don't think we're in a spot yet where it actually makes a difference. But I was wrong. Doink. And here we go. Perfect. Alrighty. Do we hack? 50 system trace, we don't want to do that. Hack blocker. Try password. I don't think we have a password. No. So we'll just try to hack. This is interesting. I have not seen this. Okay, how the hell do you do this? I have not seen this. This is like a new thing. This is because it's in the Shadowrun Hong Kong engine. But that's okay. So we're gonna start. I have no idea. 9561. 9561. Next. Okay. Oh crap. I didn't see that. You. I think it's you. Okay. Woo! Cool, we actually got it. Holy crap. Okay. For not having seen that before, I actually got it. I'll take it, baby. Looks like we got everything then. This is definitely a way cooler hacking system. Way cooler. And I will also say, this hacking, like the matrix system in the Shadowrun Returns thing, is really bad. So I'm glad that this is updated and is in the Hong Kong engine. Alright. Quit wasting my time. You got my files and wiped the server yet? Here's the file, Mendoza. Mendoza slides the chip into his pocket and shoulders the shotgun. Thanks, chump. Pleasure doing business with you. Now get out of here. Let's see. I hope this guy gets gatted in. No. Unfortunately. Take the espresso? You bet I'm taking that espresso. Hell yeah, buddy. Alrighty, what else? I think we're good now. I think that's everything. Looks like it. Sure looks like it. Halt, Lone Star, identify yourself. I just managed to escape. They might follow me out any second. Gesture over the shoulder remains in place, covering the store with his gun. Move clear of our line of fire, but stay close. We'll need a statement from you. Sure. Definitely. Absolutely. Maybe not. This sign is covered in hand-drawn beetles of various... Huh. Looks like the junkies are artistic. That is adorable. Alright, junkie. What have you got to say to me? Hey, guy. You got any extra million? Need some super zoom from the shack over there. I have 10 million. Nutrasoy case will fill you up for longer. Thanks, chummer. Anything else? That was it? It's just a waste of 10 bucks? Lame. Nah, it's cool. Alrighty. So I think we should have enough time. Paco eyes the Royale, shifting from foot to foot. You think it's nerves, and then realize he's trying to get ready for a fight. Come on, guy. Let's go find Coyote. Let's do it. I think we should have basically just enough time for us to... maybe not. Because actually there's a lot of, There's actually a lot of stuff that can go on in here. So I don't know if half an hour is going to be enough time to do it. We'll see what we get to. The Royale Apartments. You roll up on the most impressive bit of tenement squalor you've seen in a long time. There's few street lamps here, and what light there is flickers with uncertainty. Most of the buildings are damaged and tagged. The smell of old, rotting trash mixed with you don't want to know is overwhelming. It's no wonder people living here turn to BTLs. Anything's better than this. The better than life chip is the newest drug on the market. You don't need a good life. You can slot someone else's. Live through them and wreck your brain in the process. The front doors of the Royale Apartments aren't even locked. You step inside and use the padlock to seal the doors behind you. No need for any trouble outside to follow you in. As you step inside, you can hear a junkie crying for another hit. It's time to find Coyote and find out what she knows about the night of Sam's murder. Paco stares at the warped walls and stained carpets. The Royale Apartments. What a hole. Can't imagine what it was like for Coyote growing up here. Paco trails off. These poor people. What a waste. I thought Coyote was from Chicago. Paco shrugs, testing the grip of his bat. I don't know. I met her after she left here. We've got to be careful. These pendejos may have known she was coming. Okie dokie. Let's talk to Tweaker. Hey, Tweaker. The woman scratches herself like a cat at couch leg. Please, can you spare some million? My cred stick's a little light too, lady. What can you do for me in exchange? I got nothing left to give, guy. It all goes to BTLs, everything. Please, just a few million. Maybe I can cred you for some information. You seen a woman come through here today? Armed and looking for trouble? Yes. No, what do you want me to say? I'll tell you anything. Everything, please. She drops to her knees, pleading. I'm sorry, but I can't help you. You should leave this place if you can. But that doesn't make sense. The BTLs are here. I need something. She collapses, whimpering, and seems lost to this world. Now, the sad old man. Like a lazy pigeon, he watches you approach. You're not from around here, are you? I don't want any trouble. Easy, Gramps. I'm just looking for information. Then I'm gone. Bad day to come around here unexpected. Bit of a commotion upstairs. Stevie's men are twitchy. This pretty young thing came through earlier, snooping around like you two are. I could tell she weren't here for BTLs. Don't know how she got upstairs, but there was a lot more gunfire than there usually is this time of day. That's not good. Did you see her come back down again? Nope. A couple of Stevie's men came around, asking what anyone saw. Kept my mouth shut, I did. Where's Stevie holed up? He's got the whole top floor all to himself. Fancies he's the king around here. Sounds like Coyote's run went sideways on her. Hey, old man, you know how to get upstairs? You've been right friendly, but I can't get on the wrong side of Stevie J. I'm sure you understand. Look, we're here to save her. Do you really want that girl's fate on your conscience? Damn it, you're right. You can go on through my place. Alright. We're not going to do that right away. We want to explore the rest of this beautiful area. Stop your pleading, simp. Your boy has debts and we're collecting. Please, Riker. No, he's my only son. Get your ass back in your squat before I break something else. I'll send him upstairs instead. You want me to give him to Stevie? Maybe after he kills that girl we caught. You pig. Give Zipper back now. Will you bleed on me? Zipper's gone. Get yourself a new kid. He covers his face with his hands. Oh, God, no. Please, no. Alright, buddy. Let's check what we got here. An elevator gleams at the end of the hallway. Out of place amongst the filth. Ooh. Everybody. charged up. BTL's junkies twitch in the throes of their sordid dreams, at least as long as the creds are good. Cool. Let's see what else we got here. We can interact. Hey, don't touch that. Okay. Riker, what we doing here, buddy? Haven't seen you before, guy. Looking to go somewhere special? A scream echoes through the pipes of the rotten walls. Hard to tell where it came from. What was that sound? He smiles with his mouth, but his eyes say predator. Who knows? Could be anything. Probably someone riding the wrong end of the Yakuza BTL execution. We get all kinds. I can hook you up if you're interested. I need to get to the top floor. Nobody goes up there without Stevie J's say-so. You best stay here and have some fun. Takes a smart guy to run a setup like this. Want to make a deal? I'm a businessman. What you got for me? I'm here to wreck Stevie J's shit. It's going to happen. So I can add you to my to-do list, or you can step aside and when the smoke clears, you run this BTL shop. You make a persuasive case. I think I'd prefer to live. Here's the passcode for the elevator down the hall. That sounds good, but I'm going to interact with this instead. Very nice. Alrighty. I access the computer. BTL library? The database is a vast array of BTLs covering all topics from disturbing and sad to romantic and adventurous. We shall send a happy BTL to the plugged-in junkies. Back to the main menu, recording studio. Settings for the recording studio software. Download the BTL currently being recorded. Okie dokie. And reboot studio software. The buzzing and humming of nearby electronics comes to a swift halt. Who are you? Get out. Can't you see I'm working here? Shut it, Zipper. We're almost done. As for you, leave, or I'll put you under the knife next. Unlike your friend out there, I can tell you're not going to be reasonable. Afraid that means I have to kill you. Help! Help! Nah, buddy. We good. Skadoo. Where'd this guy go? Where did he go? He went out here somewhere. Is it these guys? I don't want to have to fight these people. Am I losing it? Where's this guy? Oh, he's over here. What the hell? Maybe it's like ending? I have no idea. Simp, wounded, saddled man. It's just this guy. Oh, okay. Son of a bitch. That was annoying. Nope. Sweetheart, you're done. Unarmed, shooting this guy, dead. There we go. That was it. That was all we had to do. Cool. Oh! Seriously? Well, it's fine with me. Get done. You're out, sweetheart. I ain't got no problems with that. Come on, Zipper. I don't know who you are. Thanks. You got lucky today, helping you have to be convenient. You got lucky today, kid. If I were you, I'd play it safe from now on. You don't get lucky twice. Ugh, I don't think I can move. Can you at least tell my dad? Yeah, I can tell your dad. Do-do-do-down-do-do. What is this? Oh, it's like, what the hell? What is this? Can I talk to this guy? I mean, I don't want to shoot him. Okay, I need to save. I have no idea if that's actually gonna work. Okay, can I talk to this guy? There we go. This is my home. Get out. Cool it. I saved your son from those thugs across the hall. I got you now. I don't know how to thank you. I got you because he thought I was doing something, I guess? I don't know. Oh, these guys. I got you now. Doink. New boys came down. I gotcha. I can see it now. All right, let's shoot this guy in the face. One more time. There we go, beautiful. And we're gonna shoot this guy also in the face. A couple times. Oh, one more time. Very nice. Wow, he had a ton of health. Let's go ahead and run up to this guy. Doink. Oof. Okie dokie. I probably could have just shot him from where I was, but whatever. Doink. Huh, okay. I guess that kind of makes sense where it's like the, stuff came up. It's cool, though. Okay, can I talk to any of these people? Yes? No? These guys? These guys? Anybody? I don't think so. I think we're good. Okay. Cool. And let's check out this guy's room. I know he had some stuff here. Let's grab you. And we will take you. Take it to the stash. We don't need it. And then let's see. Where else are we going? Man, some of these things are freaking, like, ugly. The sounds. Alright, the panel appears to be connected to the elevator nearby. It sports a numeric keypad and an intercom button. Let's push the intercom button. Yeah, what do you want? I've got the BTL recording you're waiting for. Very smart. About time. Give me a second here to send the elevator. I think I do go through that way. Just because it's going to be sneakier. And I can maybe talk my way out of it. I probably have to kill him anyway, no matter what, but... let's also check elevator controls. Elevator passcode. Back to the menu. I don't get any extra stuff for that. Okay. That's fine, just checking. And then we can go through this guy. See what's up here. Summon spirit. I don't think I'm gonna summon the spirit. The wall is crumbling here. Through a hole you can see a rickety stairwell leading up. But it seems it can only be accessed through the locked apartment next door. Oh, right, yeah. We're good, already did it. Already did that. Okay, so I think I do go up through the elevator just because that way I'm a little bit sneakier. It's a little bit sneakier. And I don't think, if memory serves, actually legit, going up normal is not actually, like, better positioning. I will push the button for penthouse. If we go up there, I'm not leaving until we find Coyote. Push the button and go up. Hell yeah, buddy. Alrighty. The penthouse suite. Stevie J's penthouse may have been luxurious at one time, if you squint really hard. Might even be considered nice, but it's filled with cheap neon lighting, broken down furniture, piles of rubbish, and crates containing stolen goods and who knows what. It stinks like gangers in desperation. Still, compared to the rest of what you've seen, it's positively palatial. The only thing marring the penthouse's pseudo-luxury is a woman's cry of pain through the walls, followed by cackling laughter. Someone is being tortured for another person's sick pleasure. You ready yourself to step into the penthouse. It would be nice to have a plan. Oh, so just immediately... Seriously? Okay, whatever. Really annoying. Good. Can I shoot this guy? No. Summon the spirit. Not enough AP. Lick my balls. Not enough AP. I guess I will just get up further then. Let's see this guy. Yeah, let's go up here. A raspy, manic voice booms over the penthouse PA system. You really think you can come in here and shoot up my place? Don't you know who I am? Who are you? Don't you want to know who I am? Yeah. Doink. Missed. Loser. Ooh, that was a good spray and pray turn. Yeah. We could have done better here. I think some of this is actually just because I hit... Am I summoning the spirit? I'm taking your ass out. I'm gonna go here. Are you freaking serious, dude? Really? Oh my god, that's annoying. If I move here, can I still shoot this guy? Good. Definitely gonna hit this guy. Does he have... Oh crap, he does actually literally have a... Ah. Why did you put me onto this? Like the crappiest version. Ugh. Boink. Man, I'm getting annihilated here. I might literally actually die here. Hilarious. I shouldn't. Do I have... I do have... Yup. Doink. Splat. Nice. Pretty good. And then with that, let's go ahead with... Who else are we gonna shoot? This guy? I mean, we could definitely kill this guy, right? Maybe not. And then we're gonna actually get this guy out, and... Yeah. And we totally missed. Okay, we can at least hit that guy. I think there's a good shot I actually lose here. Holy crap. Yeah, Paco's dead. Are you serious with this? Okay. Yep, Paco's dead. Two. Doink. Yeah, no. Alright. That's fine. We'll die. We'll go in the other direction. Maybe I somehow pull this out? I don't think so. I'm doing super little damage. I mean, I'm getting, like, pretty good trades, but... Not really. Doink. And is that me dead? Not quite dead, but almost. Almost. Yeah. There we go. Alrighty. Okay, so obviously we went in the wrong way. I think the other side of this is also... So literally, I had to keep him alive the whole time, too? Bro! Yeah, not a possibility. Load game. Penthouse suite? No, we're not doing that. We're doing this. Yeah, we load from there. I want to see where this loads me, actually. Just curious where this loads me. Yeah, where's this gonna put me? Okay. That puts me there, so we'll move on the other side. This does... I am kind of screwed up here because of this. And I think activating this guy... Yeah, I think that does mean that now they're like, what do you call it? They're hostile immediately. Which is kind of bullcrap, but it's whatever. It is what it is. Alright, with that being said, I think we'll call it for today. I don't think we're going to get to the other stuff. Good luck in all your endeavors. Thank you very much for your time and attention. Farewell for tomorrow. Until tomorrow.